recording!
What a presentation that was.
So, hi.
Today is a new day.
It is also, I feel like, the most appropriate day to record this episode, that we didn't plan it.
I really had no idea. I saw Devin's tweet, it's Earth Day today, and I tweeted you. I was like, bitch!
She was like, fuck, dude, it's Earth Day!
The heavens are smiling upon us.
Today is the perfect day to scream about Jasper Jordan.
Perfect day. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a good day.
Yeah, it's been an okay day. I'm glad that I get to be home because I'm done doing extra thing for school that ended last week, so it was nice to not have to finish a test early and then wait around for like almost an hour and then still wait until like 3 o'clock to leave. That was really nice.
I got the day off, which is always nice when we can record on a day off, because usually when we record, I'm home from work and I'm socially exhausted. But today, the energy is up.
Here. It's here.
It's here. It's queer. But I made myself lunch. I cooked.
Same. If you can call it that.
You can call it. Listen, I cut some vegetables. I used the stove. Shit was lit. I made myself like a mocha coffee. Coffee, it's a French press, so you put coffee. Yeah. And then I put cocoa powder in it. Oh. Which is so smooth, you don't even need creamer.
Look at you being fancy.
Look at me, I'm being...
Yeah. Meanwhile, I use the stove. I fried some spaghetti. It's lit.
You fried spaghetti?
Yeah.
In what sense?
You put butter in a pan, and you take leftover spaghetti, and you fry it.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's like you have to do it with leftover spaghetti. That's when it's the best.
Yeah. Because it's been sitting for a day, so the yeast is just like...
Yeah. Like, let me just get in there and inject your taste buds.
We want to talk about what we're supposed to talk about?
Yeah, so as we were on track, and then we went to food. So, this week's mood. So this week's theme is the 100, and yeah, like we said,
Earth Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Earth Day. Let's not ruin the Earth like they did in the 100.
Yeah, no shit. Let's make sure that the 100 doesn't become a reality.
No. I mean, if it's like chronologically in time with the show, I'd be like 53 around the time the Earth goes to shit, so I'd be like, that's long enough. I can go.
Yeah. The only thing that bothers me sometimes about the timeline is they were like, it's been 90 years since the bombs killed everything in the beginning. Yeah. And then they act like it's been thousands of years, when in reality there are people that are probably still alive.
Maybe, yeah. Depending on how good medicine is. I mean, yeah, there's probably really old grounders or something.
Really old grounders, really old, politicians on the ark.
My friend he doesn't watch the show, but he wanted to create an AU because I was telling him about, the bunker and everything and how Octavia gave everybody a spot in the bunker, and he's like, oh, so, Oprah was there. So I was like, oh my god, yeah, Oprah is just, 200. She's just living it, giving everybody a bunker. You get a bunker, and you get a bunker.
You know what I think, was a missed opportunity? Is if they, after episode, first season is the 100, and then the second season is 200, and then 300, and then 400, 600. I feel like that's such a missed opportunity. It's a stupid idea, I know, but, have some fun.
You're adorable. And now we got the 4.
The 4? That's
so sad. I mean, okay, It's the 6 if you want to count Bellamy and Raven, but they're not delinquents. We only have 4 of our delinquents left.
Well, that's not true. There are, people that never got characters.
They probably all died in Prime Fire.
They might have been in the bunker.
You know who I hope got in the bunker?
Been paying attention to them.
You know who I hope got in the bunker?
Writing. What?
I hope Riley and Shawn Mendes made it in the bunker.
What the fuck happened to Shawn Mendes?
Jason said that it was a joke, but he said that he's in a cryopod, so I hope randomly in season 6 we see Shawn Mendes.
It just comes out.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Then again, I don't trust a word Jason says, and I know it was a joke, so.
But I love how they were like, the way that they created that character of Shawn Mendes is like, he is just there, and then Raven acts like they've been friends for a while. Like, there's a sense of camaraderie that we apparently have missed the build-up to, and he's just there, and then he gets tackled by Jasper, and he's gone. And that's it.
At first, I thought that he got blown up at Mount Weather, but apparently that wasn't true, and he was just there. I really hope that if season 7 is the last season, we just see Shawn Mendes pop up somewhere, please.
Oh my god, what if Shawn Mendes in season 7 becomes a season regular?
Oh my god, please.
Like, he just becomes a character.
Please. Well, they gave him a name. His name is, like, McCollin.
Yeah, I don't care. He's Shawn Mendes. Like,
I don't know it either.
He was such a celebrity, like, placement that it was like, what the fuck
like,
are you doing here?
Sing a slow version of the song that they were singing in the beginning, and then get tackled by Devin. The end.
I gotta say that I really hate that cover. Like, I don't just like Shawn Mendes. I don't just like his music. It's very much not my thing. But, like, that cover fucking sucked, man. Like,
so you're like, Jasper, do it to him.
I tried to show my dad the show because I thought he would like the aesthetic and the idea of it. So I showed him that episode, which is episode 1 of season 3. And my dad was like, oh, they're playing, oh god, I forget. It's like the Ramones or something. It's a very 80s, like,
I know the song, yeah.
Yeah.
After
it's a great song. And my dad was like, oh, okay, they're playing this. Like, I can get on board with this. And then Shawn Mendes started fucking singing it, and he got so quiet. I was so mad. And he literally, so the scene where Jasper tackled him happened, and my dad was like, I like that character.
And you're like, good, that's my boy.
And then he never watched an episode after that. He refused.
I mean, yeah, I would try to do that, but my dad, like, wouldn't get into it at all. I know for a fact. I mean, not aside from the fact that the pilot is bad, but, you know, just...
Oh, the pilot is the worst.
But you know what? At this point, it's just kind of like, it's so bad, but it's like bad good. It's the good cheese.
It's cheesy. It's really cheesy.
Yeah. Remember when we thought season 3 was the worst, and then season 5 said, hold my fucking beer? Explanation. She didn't watch season 5.
I didn't, but...
She didn't have to suffer.
I know what you mean. Listen, you gave me updates.
I did.
Like,
I tried to, yeah. I'll give you season 6 updates, too. I'll give you Jordan updates. Because that's all you want, right?
Forget about him.
Is that all you want? You just want Jordan updates, or do you want anybody else?
I really don't know how they're gonna kill him off.
I hope they don't do it this season, because he's gonna, like...
They're gonna do it eventually.
I know they're gonna do it eventually.
Nothing is gonna happen to.
I know they're gonna do it eventually, but, like, if they do it this season, Jason is gonna get his office burnt down. Probably by a bunch of angry people.
I mean...
hasn't happened yet, but he's almost there. Killing Jordan will be the last straw.
It's trying to sci-fi Game of Thrones so bad.
Oh, definitely. Especially the fucking grounder culture.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Totally.
We don't like the grounders. At all.
I think it's stupid that they took no inspiration from Native American cultures.
Yeah.
They were just like, it's wild people.
It's wild people.
Fuck.
Listen, here's some tea, alright?
Oh, this whole episode should just be called Here's the Tea.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, no. I had a great idea for a title, but I just thought of a better one. Fanfucked Calm cked-Crew. No? I wanted cked-Crew in there. I thought cked-Crew would be great. Yeah.
Well, it's in here now.
Okay. That was an idea. Episode titles happen, and then they don't happen. And, yeah.
Oh my god. So the last episode, which still has not...
I'm working on it.
Has not been my favorite one that Gina spitballed was you can stand under my umbrella, and then in parentheses
Academy. I just try to come up with stupid things that relate.
Oh, I love it. Like, I kind of wanted it to be that, and then she was like, no.
Because I didn't think you would like it.
I love it.
Okay.
But we did come up with another one, which I like just as much.
Yeah. Well, but alternative titles will possibly be told when, I mean, you can put it up when you post the Instagram post about it. You can say the alternative title. The working title. So, anyway, T.
This episode truly is us just yelling
at Jason, about Jasper.
At Jason and the other writers, because we know it's not entirely
No, but it's easiest to put the blame on Jason, because everybody hates Jason. No one in the fandom likes Jason. Whenever something goes wrong, it's just the easiest way is to just blame Jason.
I mean, to be fair, he is a producer and the creator, so if everything
they have to run it by him. So
they have to run it by him. So he still said yes.
Yeah, we can still blame Jason.
So
so here's some tea. Rowan, Lincoln, Indra, Nyla, and Amori, only 5 grounders who aren't complete trash. And that's the tea.
I mean,
I don't have, like Anya and, like, Maddie, and, like, there are some I just don't care about or I don't have an issue with, but a majority of the ones who get screen time, I'm just like, I don't give a shit about you. Like, you're boring, I just don't like them for one reason or another.
It annoys me because they're never as good as I want them to be. They're never as cool as I want them to be, except for Rowan.
Rowan is... We stand one Ice King in this house.
Hell yeah.
God,
that actor is really cool too.
Zach is so cool. If I have enough in my budget for it, because, okay, I'm in a group chat on Twitter. That's called the Delusional Sad Bitch Society. We just scream about Bullark and Bob and Eliza and at Jason, and they have to listen to me scream about Jasper. So we all really want to go to Con-A-Geddon next year. So if I have it in my budget, I really want to get like an autograph, like picture combo with Zach, because he's so cool. But I don't know if I'm gonna or not.
He's in a couple of different shows that are kind of like the same nitty-gritty as The 100. He's in, like, I think it's Black Sails, which is a pirate show that's really good. But he's in a lot of those things where he basically plays man.
Man.
I am man.
I am man.
But, like, he's good man.
He's good man. So, speaking of my society, before we move on, just another little quick shout out. Hello to the mother of our chat. Joanna, I love you so much. So she did a thread yesterday of, like, people in the fandom she loves, and she put me in it, and she said, "You are at Dev Bostic and Jasper's sole protector, and it is all the protection he will ever need. No one has ever loved a character more than Gina loves Jasper." Fact. Which, first of all, I was like, okay, thanks, babe, but also in my head I was like, okay, so you don't know my wife, because we protect Jasper together. But I love that
we became friends.
Yeah, because of Jasper.
We hated what they were doing to Jasper at the time because we had both just watched season 3.
So
season 4 had not happened yet.
Well, when I got into it was in season 4.
No, we became friends after season 3, and the majority of our conversations were speculation about what was going to happen to Jasper in season 4.
I don't remember any of that because I got into the show when season 4 was airing. Maybe it was like later in season 4, but it wasn't before season 4. I know that for a fact because I got into it during the mid-season 4 hiatus. That's when I got into the show.
Really?
Yes.
Then I'm wrong.
I was like, when did this happen? We might have speculated about season 4, but I don't know if it was obviously post-premiere because I didn't get into it until, like, after 4-8 had aired, so I only had Jasper live for 3 episodes.
I just remember we were friends long enough for me to be like, he's not gonna die, like, I was delusional.
I think it was probably right before 4-11 aired, probably.
It was, yeah.
And it's fine.
And then
it's chill.
Like, we could turn to one another.
And cry.
Cry.
My mom came in when 4-11 aired, and she told my dad about it the next day, and she said she was crying so hard you would have think that one of the dogs died.
Oh, no.
I still am a mess, but it was way worse. I was so it was not.
It takes me, I didn't, like, bawl, but I definitely did, like, shed a few silent tears because, like, I don't cry very often. It's just not, like, TV shows don't usually make me cry unless it hits a weak spot, and Jasper was definitely a weak spot.
Yeah. I shed...
It's not just because he's cute.
It's because he's, great.
There was just, I think the reason why I love Jasper so much was because there was so much more to him. Because there were times with, like John Murphy and Bellamy where they were like, the actor's cute, so you should care. Like, it felt very that. I was like,
it never felt that for me. I had a cycle with Murphy, but, like, Bellamy, I was like, after episode 2, that is, okay, it was a little bit of, like, ooh, hey, Bob has abs, I'm gonna stand. But any emotional Bellamy moment will make me cry, most likely. I didn't cry. I can't think of the last time I actually cried because of Bellamy, but, like, I almost came close when he thought Octavia was dead in season 4. I was like...
that isn't an insult to the actors.
No, I know. It's more just
every single actor
the writing.
On that show does the best that they genuinely can, and a lot of times that pays off. The issues I always have with the show is writing. It's always writing I have an issue with.
Yeah, it's never an actor's performance that it's like, oh, that's bad. It is genuinely the script. Like, even characters I hate, I'm like, listen, I don't give a shit about you. I know you're trying here, but because your character sucks.
But it's not your fault.
It's not your fault. Tasia, it's not your fault. Echo's the worst.
Exactly.
It's Jason's fault for not giving her development and now trying to backtrack and give her development and no one wants it. And they're like, oh, well, you said you wanted to see her development and now they're giving her development. You don't want it. And because it's too late. You magically made her from... This is going to turn into an Echo rant, y'all. I'm sorry.
Go off.
Magically made her from an antagonist for 3 seasons to just, okay, she has magic development, but we didn't see it. But she's going to do the exact same thing, only now it's going to be on our side, even though it'll still be sneaking, conniving, and upper-handed and only for her best benefit, and she'll still be a complete and utter insufferable bitch.
I liked her when she was an antagonist.
That's all I have to say. I hated her when she was an antagonist, but you were supposed to hate her when she was an antagonist. But she had
a great job.
She had a point when she was an antagonist. Now she's just there to keep a wedge between Bellamy and Clark.
She's a plot device, which I never feel like a character should be a plot device.
No.
There should always be more. And
not that Echo could have been more, but they should have, if they wanted her to be more, they could have developed her in season 4.
Exactly, they should have developed her as an antagonist, that way we understood her point of view, where she was coming from, what she was doing, and why.
Exactly, and they're trying to do it now.
Yes, exactly.
They're trying to do it now, and there's going to be backstory in this season. It's like, it's too late for a backstory. It's like, you wanted to make her something other than an antagonist, but not a plot device. You could have done that in season 5. I'm openly admitting, I was going to give Echo a chance in season 5. But then they did nothing. They just had her do the same exact shit. Just switch sides and try to make it seem like it's good, when honestly it's really not, because she still manipulated Raven. That's not something you do to your friend.
No.
You don't manipulate your friend in order to force her to give up this guy that she said she didn't want to kill. Oh my god, I'm gonna shut up before I go on a 20-page essay.
The best grinder?
The best grinder?
Grounder. Who I really loved. I loved watching her character progression and how she flip-flopped back and forth. And now she's boring. Amori.
I love Amori still. She's one of the only ones who isn't trash, as we established.
When she did that thing where she made up the story about the guy, I forgot, was it like...
I know what you're talking about.
Grounder,
yeah.
But he did nothing, basically, and she made up a story.
She did it so she wouldn't get radiated.
So that she wouldn't be the victim.
Yeah.
And he made up a story, and then, like, that just blew my mind. I was like, oh,
yes,
bitch! It's some good writing! Here we go! The next episode died, and I was like, fuck everyone!
That's me! I was like, episode 410, I was like, yes, Octavia! Get the conclave! You do it, girl! Oh, yes! Kill him! Win the bunker, bitch! And then 411 happened, and I was like, fuck everyone and everything. Yeah. Nothing else matters.
Just a sad... Okay. Now we should talk about Jasper, because this is what this episode is truly about.
Honestly.
It's the reason we met. It's the reason we became best friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's, just,
an elephant in our hearts. It's an elephant hole-sized hole in the room in our hearts. And it's gonna linger. Hearts. Did it not leave a hole in your heart? Even a little one?
We should put a spoiler alert.
It's too late for that at this point.
In the title, but Jasper dies in season 4. And are you singing taps?
No, what?
But it was just, oh god. So the storyline of Jasper was great.
It was.
And then he died, and it was so emotionally awful because he had so much potential.
Honestly, I hate the fact that I have problems with that episode in general, but
yeah, the episode
I will say this.
Just,
it's still one of the, it's not one of the best deaths on the show, but it still kind of is, you know what I mean? It hurts like a motherfucker, but they still gave him, time. However, one of my issues with the episode is he could have had more screen time throughout the episode, but we'll get into that later.
If he died, he A, should have had more screen time, and B, he should have had a redemption arc.
I hate the fact that Finn got the best death episode out of anybody in this show.
He did, and he had a genuinely surprising
and he didn't
death.
Deserve that beautiful episode. You know who deserves that beautiful episode? I won. I mean, I could give you a few answers for that, but, anyone who wasn't Finn.
I mean, Finn, I didn't hate that episode. No. The fact that it was Finn that got that
It's a good episode, but when you look at it now, it's like, fuck you for giving Finn the best death episode ever.
Well, why couldn't they have made one that met, if Jasper was gonna die, I just don't understand why it was the same kind of story as if they kept the scene where he shot himself in season.
No time. Okay, well, I agree with you on that. But I think it's the reason because they had no time. They had 13 episodes in a season that desperately needed 16 when season 3 could have been condensed to 13. That was the problem. Season 3 stretched and season 4 had to hurry up and shove everything into the last, 3 episodes. After the conclave, it's like boom, 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 boom.
Why couldn't they have saved Jasper's death for season 5?
Honestly, oh my god, yeah, having him stay, oh my god, if he would have stayed behind Monty and Harper, that would have been beautiful.
Exactly, or
although I would be dreading.
If in season 5 he sacrificed himself for some reason, I could have been okay with that, and I think that would have been a great arc for him.
I would be dreading that old man makeup, because they did Chris so dirty. You saw the scene. You didn't watch the season, but you saw the scene. They did Chris so dirty with that old man makeup. I could only imagine how dirty they would do Devin.
Oh, God. I couldn't even imagine Devin as an old man.
Just a long-ass gray beard.
Devin has some great facial hair when he has it. He looks great in facial hair.
He looks great all the time.
He never grows it out past a goatee. He's never had, a real beard that I'm aware of.
I don't think so. But he makes it work.
But people keep making him shave it.
Yeah, I'm upset about that. There's a season 2 promo poster where Jasper, he has his floof hair, his little bang hair, and then he has scruff, and I'm like, that would have been such a great look, and you robbed us of that look.
It would have been a great look, but I understand why they didn't have it for season 2, because in season 2, he's very, sweet and innocent, and it's the downfall
but it's just even in season 3, you also kind of have to keep in mind, he was supposed to be 15. No 15-year-old boy gets facial hair like that.
Looks like that.
No!
Not even in the first season. I was like, oh, he's 17.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's 16, maybe 17. And then we found out he was 15. We're like, oh. But you know what? Here's why it's okay. Because Devin was, in his 20s when he was filming as Jasper. So it's fine to ogle Jasper Jordan because he's played by a full-grown man.
It's the same reason why it's okay to sexualize Roderick is because he was 18 when he started.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not be gross. Let's not be, rapey about it.
No. As if we haven't said some of the, fucking most shit about Jasper, though.
You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
In conclusion.
In conclusion.
We're angry.
We're
I
mad.
I want to, before we start into the fun part.
Yeah, this is going to be the longest episode ever because we're just going to keep going into rants because of Jasper.
We can always have a second.
That's true. We could do it.
There's some bad shit out there, you guys.
I didn't get the brunt of it because a lot of Jasper fanfic, there's not a lot of it, and most of it was just like kind of meh, but like, I know for a fact there will be a treasure trove of bad Bellamy Blake fanfiction. I know that for a fact.
Bitch, it took me 5 minutes to find that.
Okay, so when I was looking for mine, she uploads her Tumblr, like, one-shots and stuff to Wattpad, so I was adding them to my library, and I just found it so funny, because she has one where she specified, and she took all of her one-shots that are, like, 3 ways or whatever, and half of them in there are because of me! Listen, I'm thirsty. I got a problem. It's not my fault.
It's not my fault. Yeah, I've written. It's written. Fuck.
Writly.
But I've written a lot of Jasper shit.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it is requests. The other half is because I fucking felt like it. When I first joined the fandom, no one wanted to fuck Jasper, and I was like, there's a problem with that.
That's a problem. Look at him.
That's a problem.
So, look at that beautiful baby face. Look at those beautiful eyes, man. Those fucking those deep, dark eyes.
It's like a chocolate disc.
A chocolate disc.
That's gross.
2 dark chocolate orbs.
Dark chocolate.
We talk about bad fan fiction. I had to do it.
Orbs.
So,
listen, if you call eyes orbs in your writing, you can get the fuck out.
I don't think I've done it recently.
Done it before, but it's gross.
I don't think I've done it recently. I think I did it before, though. But, yeah, okay, so...
I get to that, I'm like, I can't use the word orbs. I can't do it. It's nasty.
Use something else, brain! Come up with a synonym.
How about eyes?
Yeah, just eyes.
His big brown eyes.
Yeah, that also works directly. So
I just say that I hated bowl cuts on guys until Devin got one.
And you were like, oh, hello.
And then I was like, oh, I can work with this.
Do you want to... Last thing we do before we get it... Are we going to discuss how we got into the fandom?
I mean, I literally found it through Vine. Y'all remember Vine? Of course you remember Vine. It was the best.
And we still reference it all the time.
There was an edit of Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that guy's cute. What's this from? And then I suffered.
And then I suffered.
And I binged watched the whole goddamn thing on Netflix.
You know what? I hate myself. I mean, in general, but for this reason.
Girl.
Because I know, guys, you know, I need her on my shoulder all the time to just, like, stop me from being such a sad bitch. But, okay, because right before the show premiered, or I think a little bit after the pilot, I saw a promo for it when I was watching Supernatural, and I recognized Devin, and I was like, the fuck is Roderick doing on the CW? But I didn't watch the show, and I'm mad, because I could have had Jasper for 4 years, man. Instead, all 4 years. Instead, my dumbass, the way I got into it is so pathetic. It's so pathetic. So,
you know what's also pathetic?
What?
The fact that we're making a podcast about fanfiction.
True.
But we out here!
We out here! We killing it! We doing our thing! We on the grind! We got a D- on Social Blade!
A D-?
Yeah, well, we don't have that many subscribers, so it kind of, like, calculates into views with things. So, yeah, we got a D- on Social Blade. I was curious because I looked after we posted the first video and they weren't any analytics, but then I looked it up recently and I was like, okay, I'll take that. It's not an F.
There we go. We're still passing.
Passing with a 60. It's fine. So, then, you know, years go by and time goes by and... You know, I have Devin in the back of my mind. Like, my love never left, but I never really kept up with him. Or anything like that. Yeah. And then, the whole Not My Roderick meme happened. And my love got reinvigorated. And I was like, ooh, shit. I should watch everything he's in that I haven't seen, which is essentially at that point anything that wasn't a Wimpy Kid movie. And so I started the show and I was like, oh God, this is, dear God. And then episode 2 happened and I was like, okay. And episode 3 happened and I was like, all right, I like this show. I stan. And then it was like I said, it was around the season 4 mid-hiatus, like after 408. I don't know exactly how long after 408, but I know it was still in the hiatus because I had to still wait a week before 409 came out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and I watched up to 408. I watched all of those in 8 days.
Damn.
I mean, that's not even my best binge record. My best binge record is when I got into Supernatural. I watched all 8 seasons at the time.
God, I can't even imagine.
I watched that in 13 days.
Jesus.
While I was in school, while doing homework, I was on top of it. I don't think I'll ever beat that binge record.
Do we wanna...
Yeah, we can start now. I just wanted to give a little preface on how we got into them, so they know how pathetic we are.
Bitch, they aware.
They're aware. If they're still listening, they're aware. Mm-hmm. This episode is special.
Very.
Because...
Special. It's near and dear to our hearts.
Yes, not only that,
and also because we found some shit.
Yes, and I have a quick little honorable mention fic that's like a few paragraphs, and I couldn't resist it. It was after I already found my fic, and I asked her, I was like, can I read it? And she was like, okay. So I was like, yee. So this preface, runner-up, it's called The 100 Jasper Jordan X Reader, 733 reads, and it's 495th in the Jasper Jordan tag. I had to scroll quite a bit to find it. Okay, so the only chapter, dropships and flashbacks. Your name's POV. As I'm here in the dropship with my black cape on and heading to Earth, I sit and think about how I got here. It was about a year ago that I became a criminal. Flashback. What?
Black cape?
I don't know. And it's supposed to be you, but then I'm not reading it, but they have like a specific, like, you know, like the character sheet thing, but then they give you an appearance. And I'm like, that's not what you're supposed to do, honey.
That's an original character. That's not a
your name.
Reader insert. That's where you stop at the reader insert.
Mm-hmm. 1 year ago, 17 years old. I was in my room hiding with my siblings, Kaz, Zachary, and Katya Heidi. They had finished eating what was left of my dinner when I heard a knock on the door. Kaz, Kat, go hide, I said to my siblings. Hi, they replied. Oh yeah, they made them Asian for some reason. I don't know why. I don't remember. I think it was like Japanese or something.
I mean, they said you were off, but
no,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, they made like the reader Japanese and like a bunch of other mixed races. And I don't have a problem with that, but that's not a your name scenario. That's an OC.
That's an OC, and that's fine.
But don't say it's a your name.
OC is Japanese. Beautiful. Welcome. All cultures. In fact, I love it when OCs come from a specific culture and you actually like learn about it a little bit reading it.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah,
However,
don't do that here.
Not an X reader unless it's specifically for Asian X readers.
Unless you get requested.
For Japanese X readers.
Yes.
Or X-Japanese readers. Yeah. Not for everyone.
No. At least say X-Japanese reader.
Yeah. Well, just like how X-white reader would not be for everyone.
No. Even though that's kind of the default for most X readers to be, if you mention it.
I mean, listen, I support people who, like myself, write, I don't talk about race.
No, I don't either.
In terms of readers. The only time I talk about race is if the person that's X, the reader, is of different race and you describe, how they look.
But I mean, when the ones who do, they're like, he touched my pale white skin. And
I don't like that.
No.
Even as a pale white person, I don't like that.
No.
I don't like that because automatically it takes me out of it because it's like, well, what if I didn't?
Yeah, exactly. And also,
sometimes I get a little sun and I'm a little bit orange.
Most of the time, the ones that do that aren't good.
They really aren't. When they address a very specific race, it doesn't typically end up being very good because you then alienate a large group of people. Okay. And I think our good friend Nicole can vouch for that.
Oh,
because we talked about that on the episode
we did.
Guest on.
Did you see what she named that group chat?
No, fuck, what was it?
She named it Porn is Gross, but I Love Smut. We fucking love you, Nicole. That had me rolling when I opened it and I saw she changed the name because I was about to be like, we need a name. And then she changed it to that. Beautiful. Okay. Hi, they replied. I cautiously opened up... No, we needed to go off on that. I felt it was necessary. I cautiously opened up the door to see Jasper and Monty outside with stolen herbs and the guards after them. Inside, now! I yelled at them.
Stolen herbs, you mean...
Weed?
Drugs?
Is this a weed?
Have you seen that Vine? And it's like an older sister giving her little sister money. And she's like, what are you using this for? Drugs? No, it's for ice cream. Bye. It's my favorite Vine ever. Anyway, sorry.
I feel like that's Klaus and Vanya in one Vine.
What are you using this for?
Drugs? No, it's
Drugs?
for ice cream.
No, it's for ice cream.
As soon as they get in, I closed the door and told Kaz, Zachary, and Katya Heidi to come out. What the fuck have you two gotten yourselves into now, Bakas? Yeah, they put Japanese in this. I don't speak Japanese.
Oh, no.
It'll probably be butchered, so I apologize.
Baka. It means, oh god.
What does it mean?
Watches anime.
Oh my god.
You know, the anime culture. You get the fuck out with that bullshit right now. Don't use baka in... Oh my god. I'm just imagining this all... Like, they're all animated at this point. This is an anime.
This is an anime. I would love to see Jasper as an anime character.
You use the word baka, it's automatically an anime. Including life.
Including life. We're so sorry. Jasper got cut off when there was a loud bang on the door. Open up, or we will have to use force to open the door, a guard yells. Then the door slammed open, and I got pushed under the bed by someone. Jasper Jordan and Monty Green, you are under arrest for stealing anything. This is not how it happened.
No.
In this, anything you say can and will be used against you, a guard said. As I saw Jasper and Monty get slammed onto the floor. This is where I would get arrested. I'd be like, get the fuck off my boys. And I would assault them.
I like how they, like, say these things, like, anything you say will be used. In the show, they just take you.
Yeah.
There is nothing, there is no, like...
No, they just lock you up in the skybox.
There's no modern day preference. It's very, like, 1984.
You get no Miranda rights.
You don't have rights. You live in space, bitch.
Bitch. You fucking bitch.
You fucking bitch. In space?
Bitch.
What the
in
fuck?
Fucking space.
You live in space, you fucked, bitch. It's space.
It's space. Then I heard
Continue.
3 more pairs of footsteps, and I thought to myself, again, butchering Japanese, I'm sorry. Kuso? If any Japanese listeners are here, I'm sorry for butchering your language. I hope that Nissan and Nei-san haven't gotten caught. And just to confirm my thoughts, then I heard another guard. Ooh, looky here, these my brats must be Trinity and Castiel's secret kids. Bitch! Why are you naming him Castiel? Why is the dad named Castiel?
Why are they Japanese, but, like, they don't have traditional Japanese, like, names, or, like, they don't describe how they live being very proud Japanese,
I don't know.
Citizens. Like, if you're gonna make them Japanese, go all out, bitch. Like, don't be racist about it, but, like, if it's a family that's very proud of their Japanese heritage,
then
why
show
would you
it.
Not accentuate that?
Yeah. I can't get over fucking Castiel.
Whatever kind of culture that the arc
had.
I don't know. It's all a bunch of... The idea is that the arc is a bunch of nationalities mixed together, which also confuses me why they all speak English.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And
I don't know.
It confuses me why there's not more... Like, the majority of extras and cast members are white. There's, like, no Indians. There's no Muslim characters.
We killed our last Asian. Our only Asian. I mean, okay.
God damn.
Bellamy is
Hispanic.
Bellamy is Filipino because Bob's Filipino.
Yeah, but they don't go over that, and also
No,
they
I know,
say that
but
Octavia is Filipino.
Yeah, I know, but they're half siblings. So she gets the whiteness from their mom. Yeah, they have different dads. I know, this was a shock to me too when I realized, because I thought they were full siblings.
When did they go over this?
They don't. You just kind of know. I mean, okay, think about it though. Bellamy's dad was gone, and then he was like 6 years old, and then Octavia was born.
I thought the dad died shortly after Octavia was conceived.
The dad wasn't even... I don't even think Bellamy's dad was around at all when Bellamy was a kid. It was just him and Aurora, and then Aurora got pregnant, and then it was like, hey, yo, your sister, your responsibility, bitch.
What's the story behind that? Like, did she have a boyfriend?
I don't know. What I think it probably was...
Was it, like, a bad situation?
What I think it was is it probably was her fucking around with that guard. That's what I think.
Oh.
Originally, they were going to have Kane be Octavia's dad, but then they changed that. Because, you know... Well, yeah, that would have been their version of, like, Jaha being Bellamy's dad in the books.
Then when Kane and Abby got together, then Clark and Octavia would have been... Oh, no, but then Bellamy... No, yeah. Because then... Fuck it, I don't care.
It's a whole pseudo-incest thing we're not getting into, yeah, so I'm kind of glad they dropped it. Also, like, if he would have been her father, fuck him for season 5 even more!
Yeah, it would have made him a much bigger villain.
Ugh, Kane needs to die after season 5. He needs a fucking show. Don't get me started on Kane and Abby in season 5, because I will go off. Alright.
Continue.
Kaz, Zachary, and Katya Heidi. Last name. You are under arrest. Which, if they just found these kids, how do they already know their names? I mean, I assumed it might be like a future scanner.
Why are names so stupid is my question. Like,
I don't
what the fuck
know.
is Katya Heidi?
I don't know if they're saying, like, that's their...
Question, if anything.
I don't know if that's, like, their Japanese name they're putting there, and then their American name next to it. I have no idea.
Okay.
What they were supposed to do, because they did not fucking specify. It's just that...
If there are any Japanese listeners, first of all, we're sorry.
Yeah,
Second
I'm sorry
of all,
I'm butchering your language.
We love you. Third of all...
Explain.
Please help.
Please help. You are under arrest. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Then Kaz Zachary pulled out a knife he had hidden in his boot, okay Murphy, and attempted to stab the guard successfully wounded him before being hopefully drugged. Time skip brought to you by Jasper's Goggles.
What?
It says time skip brought to you by Jasper's Goggles.
That makes okay.
You know those random ass things back in the day. It's been 4 days since the 4 numpties got themselves arrested. I've been trying to find a way to get them out and failing, but there's one last thing I hadn't tried. Hacking into the ARC system and clearing their records. F Society! Hacking into the ARC system and clearing their records. So I'm sat on my bed with my laptop out hacking. They have fucking laptops on the ARC. No. As far as we know anyway. I know they had all the other tech, but we never saw an actual computer. She's not. She's in her room. Oh. She didn't get arrested.
She's just in her room.
Trying to hack the ARC system, yeah.
Hack the mainframe. Mm-hmm. No, you say the mainframe in this household.
It's going. Mainframe is coming up. Hold on. So I'm sat on my bed with my laptop out, hacking into the ARC's mainframe.
Yeah!
You were way too excited about that. This was easy. Too easy. It was as if the firewalls had been taken down in order to trap me, as I'm a well-known hacker on the ARCs known as Jinx. I then got slammed onto the floor and drugged. Before I fell unconscious, I heard, "Wow, we finally caught Jinx!" Flashback over. So that's the story of how I became a criminal. The end. They never updated after that again. And they said Jasper was supposed to be in the next chapter too. So as a little interlude, after that little beautiful thing, it's a palate cleanser. 2 things I wanted to touch on before we went off into 12 more tangents, and before we go off into 12 more. As promised last week, it's time for my review of Shazam!
Shit, bitch.
So, okay, first off, it was really good. It was so freaking cute. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. It's so cute. It really, like, touches on, like, the found family dynamic, and I think that's great. Like, and it also, like, listen, I'm gonna be petty bitch for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does such a good job at touching on those stigmas that, like, foster families or adopted families aren't real families. Those kids love each other so much, and they don't care that they're not blood related because they might as well be. There's, like, some really cute scenes with Darla, the little girl. You'll love her. She's such a sweetheart. There's, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, one thing, but it's not, like, a spoiler. So Billy comes home, like, the first night, like, it gets into the house, and she made him this cute little banner, and it says, like, "Welcome home, new big brother." She's adorable. Like, she's the cutest little thing. But yeah, Mary and Eugene, you don't really see much of. Like, you see a little bit of, and you see a little bit of Pedro, but not too much. The main, like, 3 foster kids they focus on are Darla and Freddie and Obviously Billy. Billy Batson is my son, and I'm gonna protect him and love him with my life, even though he doesn't need it. I think they did a really good balance of, like, Zachary Levi and then the kid. I can't remember the kid's name. But they did a really good balance of that. Jack's performance in this, I can see the fucking wheels turning in the Ready shippers' brains right now. Listen, I ship them, but I'm not, like... I ship them, but I'm not, like, overly, like, zealous about it, you know? I'm more like, oh, that'd be cute, like, kid love or whatever. But, yeah, because his character in this is so much like Richie. I can already see them having Richie and Freddie meeting. I can already see it. So, but, I mean, he's funny. He's definitely funny. So...
That's cool that he went from, like, oh, God, what's the word I'm thinking of?
I know the word you're thinking of. I can't think of it either.
Just,
germaphobe.
Like, is it neurotic?
No, I know the word you're thinking of, but I can't think of what it was.
Anyways, he's just, you know, from the character from Eddie to this.
Yeah.
That's fun.
He's definitely a lot of fun. He gets to be, like, the geeky superhero. But I think a lot of the trailer, like, you don't actually get that much of the story from the trailer. It's kind of just the random bits of the movie thrown together, which I think is what a trailer should be. It shouldn't give you the whole story of the movie. They gave you setup to the villain, but like with a lot of superhero movies, like the villain was kind of weak, but like he wasn't worse. Like he was serviceable, and I think that for an origin story, especially for like Shazam, who like hasn't been on a screen before, like in like big screen movie time, he did what his purpose was, because if they would have done Black Adam, especially with The Rock would have completely overshadowed the whole thing. So I definitely think...
he would have just been The Rock.
Yeah, you would have just, oh, hey, it's the fucking Rock. It's The Rock, and he's fighting Shazam. Cool. And that's not... You're supposed to learn about his origin story and how he comes to terms with his powers. There's a really good scene. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a really funny scene in the park, and there's music involved, and that's all I'm going to say. You'll think it's funny.
Well, I'm excited to see it.
And, yeah, the family is cute. And I also, the third act is really great. It's really, like, a really good action-filled climax. Really good. And you get a few, like, surprise cameos at the end. I'm not gonna say who they are, but one of them, let's just say I got surprise eye candy, because I was like, oh, hey, that's my boy!
Aww.
So I was like, he gets two really funny lines, but he doesn't really get any lines. So, like, me waiting for him to get a line was like can I get a waffle? Can he get a line? Can he please get a line? And then he got two. And they were funny though. They were funny. Yeah, I think you'll really like it overall. Great. Go see it if you haven't. Probably not this week, because, you know, Endgame is coming out and everybody's gonna go seeing that and crying. But hoping to see it next week. Hoping to see Endgame next week. And I'll let you know if I do or not. But yeah, and my best friend will laugh at me as I cry. But yeah, so 5 out of 5 stars. Go see it.
5 out of 5.
It gets 5 out of 5. Yeah, it's that good. And then other thing I want to touch on.
I've heard it's the best DC movie as of yet.
Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of them though, so I can't really talk. I mean, I've seen most of them, but I didn't see Wonder Woman, and I didn't see Aquaman, which I heard were supposed to be really good. But from the ones I've seen, definitely, because from the ones I've seen, my dad forced me to watch Batman v Superman, even though I told him it's probably gonna suck. He fell asleep.
I got halfway through and I was like,
he fell asleep. The best part of that movie was Ezra Miller for 3 seconds. And then I saw Suicide Squad, which, listen, I acknowledge all of those issues, but I still enjoy it. It's like a mess, but like it's my mess. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah. And then it's so funny because after me and the best friend came out of that movie, we looked at each other and we're like, did you have a weird crush on Jai Courtney in this movie? She was like, yeah. Did you? And I was like, yeah. Listen.
That's funny.
Captain Boomerang can get it. I don't care.
Captain Boomerang can get it.
You heard it here first. Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang can get it. And then the other one was Justice League, and obviously only saw that because of Ezra, and he was the best part. I was like, oh my god, Barry, you adorable little baby, let me hold you. You're so much better than Grants right now because they're making Grants broody for no reason. So, yeah, definitely best DCEU movie. go see it. Other thing I want to touch on really quick is you guys know that whenever I'm appropriately dressed for a podcast now, I will tell you. And so because it is 100 episode, first of all, I got my little raven necklace on. Second of all, I have this awesome tank top on. And it's essentially season 1 Jasper hugging season 4 Jasper. And you might be asking if you're also Jasper trash, oh hey, where can I get that? Well, there's this awesome thing, and it's been out, it came out I think a week after like 4/11. It's called the Jasper Jordan Project. And they have a few other designs you can choose from. I think one just says, we will be happy again, like this one does at the bottom, but it's just the text. And then the other one says, we are apogee. And then there's this one. And you can go to the shop, and it's not just t-shirts. You can get cups, bags, cases. They even have clocks. So if you want a Jasper Jordan clock, you can go get it. The awesome thing about it is all of the money goes to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America. And so that's just do it. It's an awesome cause.
Like,
you get merch to rep your boy. Like, I will say, because I've had this, I sprung on the campaign like the week it dropped because I thought it was a limited charity thing. Mm-hmm. Which it's awesome.
Alive.
It's not. It is. It's still live. You can still go there, and that will be the first 2 links. I'll link the campaign, and then I'll link the store, even though like on the campaign page they link the store below, but you get my and you can just scroll through that. I've had it for like 2 years. The background color starts to fade a little bit, but the picture is still very clear. Like, you can tell it's still Jasper and everything. It's just like the colorful background, like the colors are still there. They're just kind of faded a little, which I mean, it's pretty good for having a thing for 2 years that's like fan made and fan designed and like, you know, hand like done or whatever. It's pretty impressive. So yeah, go check those out if you have money to drop. Because awesome cause, you get merch for the boy. It's a win-win.
Yeah, and speaking of the cause, like, when a character that you care about goes through something like that, you automatically like have that anger and upset because of it.
We still do.
I do, if there is any good that has come from Jasper's death, and basically this that has happened to the character, it is that it brought a lot of awareness, it brought a lot of people together.
Yeah.
And I think...
and it got Devin Bostic to tweet me.
It's a little hard to find the words, but, you know, I started watching it because I thought Devin was attractive, and then the way that because it definitely wasn't the writing, it wasn't the directing, the way that Devin, the actor... Because
he did his research.
He had a mission. He genuinely
to make me fucking cry.
Well, he did his research, and he was so respectful of people who have PTSD, and as someone who has a lot of family members and a lot of experience with people who are mentally ill and have PTSD, anxiety, depression, like that, to see it be portrayed so well, and the reaction that it got.
Please don't cry.
Well, see, you can't tell me not to cry, because now I'm gonna cry.
And if you cry, I'm gonna cry.
I don't know. I think the reaction that I saw when you ignore all the, quite frankly, pieces of shit who found Jasper annoying and were happy when he died,
and then tried to backtrack and act like they always loved him. No, you shut your fucking dumb whore mouth. You didn't. You wanted him dead for 2 seasons now. Shut up. I always say, this fandom is so lucky I was not in it during season 3, because there would have been bloodshed.
It is, the people who hated Jasper didn't
take the time to understand Jasper.
Has never gone through things that Jasper has gone through, has never known someone. And that shows. And those people learned their fucking lesson. Mm-hmm. And if they haven't, they will.
They haven't, and then a character they love is gonna die, and they'll be like, oh shit. And we'll be like, and when did we tell you this?
It's, at the end of the day, it's not about the fact that like, their characters. It was those people who hated Jasper and hated character, because there are other characters who went through, but Jasper's
still going through
hitting.
From what I've seen of season 6, they're like, Octavia, man.
Yeah, exactly.
She needs a lot of help right now.
Those are people who are immature. They're looking at it as a TV show, and some of us
also
don't necessarily see it that way.
At surface level, I think, like, if you're not deep rooted into a fandom where you will take time to understand characters that you love, like, you won't get it. And it's just, I don't know, but, like, I still have that connection, and I still, like, Jasper resonated so deep with me, and I hadn't had that experience. I haven't, like, had people in my life who've gone through something like that or who have dealt with similar issues, but he still, like, resonated with me and hit me so fucking hard because just Devin did his research, and he did. I think it was also, like, one of the things I love most about Jasper is, like, he's one of the most realistic characters on the show. Like, nobody on this show gets proper time to grieve. Yeah. And I think
that was his entire arc.
Yeah, and he deserved to heal and feel better, and he could have been in space. Fuck you, Jason. I'm holding back. Yeah. But it just, I think that was, like, one of the things that was really great is that it actually showed death in this show can actually hold weight on these characters, and they're not fine, like, 2 episodes later.
Yeah. And I think...
I mean, we see a bit of that with, like, Lincoln and Octavia, but, like, because of the bullshit that Jason did, we never get a mention of Lincoln, when last season would have been perfect to mention Lincoln directly. But
and they mentioned Jasper last season.
They did, and they didn't mention him a lot. They didn't mention him 7 times, like somebody who's been dead since season 3. Not gonna name names, but if you watch the show, you know. I'm not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna get into that. We don't want to get slaughtered. But I think that the reason why I'm okay with the lack of Jasper mentions is because now we have Jordan, and he's the ultimate Jasper mention. His name is literally Jasper Jordan Green, like, and he's just a soft, which means he don't fuck Jason. And Jasper was a beautifully written character who deserved to get not only recovery from his illness, but also recovery from his alcoholism and other issues. And that's one of the things that also pissed me off about season 5 is if they wanted an addiction storyline, they didn't have to make Abby 12 times more worse. Like, she was irrelevant before, and now everybody just wants her dead because she manipulated Octavia and she shocked Raven. And drug addiction is very important, but if you wanted to cover an addiction storyline and helping somebody overcome an addiction in a gradual thing that's not just like, oh hey, she's magically fine now. Like, you could have done it with Jasper in the time jump, and you could have shown, I know we didn't get any flashbacks in space, but you could have shown, like, just us seeing him, like, being better again would have shown us that growth, and he could have talked about that growth with Octavia and what he did to get through his problems. I always say, you know what that is? Growth. I always say that if Jasper was in season 5, there'd be no show. There'd be no season 6. You know why? First of all, there would be no extra suit, so Echo would die in Prime Fire like she should have. So no Becco. Second of all, he could have helped Octavia heal so much, and I think, like, around the end of season 5, she really realized what she did and everything she has to come to terms with. But then in season 6, having her act proud of her actions, but then still be like that she wants to die. So it's like they're trying to balance it out, and that's not working, because at 5/12, you saw how, like, remorseful she was. Marie carried fucking season 5 on her back, guys. Let me just say that. Like, oh, damn, it must be sore, because Octavia's storyline was the only good part of season 5, minus the, like, little tiny bits of Marper and Mamori, and, like, it was... as a storyline, only good storyline. What?
She must be sore for carrying a whole...
When you carry a whole season on your back like that, like...
Oh, God, that was...
God, how much do you think Robert's back hurts from carrying the entire show?
Wiping away the tears.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I just want to, I just really want to thank Devin Bostic for his work. I think he did wonderful, and it hit everyone so hard, and I'm sure he knows this.
I tweeted him this! And he replied to it. And he said that I was gonna make him cry. Like, boy, no, you've made me cry. So for those who don't know, on my personal Twitter, I haven't been doing it recently just because it's like, you know, there's no point in doing it every single month. I'm going to do it next month, but for 2 years. But every month after Jasper died, I would make an edit and I would post it to Twitter. And on the year anniversary, I posted one to Twitter and I posted like as long as a message as I could in 150 characters for Devin. And he saw it and he liked it and he said I was gonna make him cry. And then like hours later, he like quote tweeted it and put it on his Twitter. And it was a generally shitty day in general, not only just because it was the 1 year anniversary of Jasper's death, but it was just, I don't even remember why, but it was just a really shitty day.
Bad day.
So like that just made my day and I just cried more. But yeah, just to make a long story short, Devin is an amazing fucking actor. To make a long fucking story short, I shoved a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass. So, yes.
Fuck. Okay.
To make a long story short, Devin is fantastic, and he always does his research, and he's so underrated, and he needs more attention. So, if you're listening to this, and you haven't watched the show, I mean, first of all, don't. Look up Jasper scenes. Just look up Jasper scenes on YouTube. Let me spare you the pain. Well, you'll still get some pain, but just not as much pain. Because I get emotionally attached. I got emotionally attached to Jasper the second I fucking saw him. And not just because it's Devin. I was like, oh my god, he's so precious. I stand.
Yeah,
so,
he resonated with me because I get being that nerd that fucks everything up and no one really likes and just struggling. Bitch, that was me in high school.
Same. He didn't watch the show, but I had a Monty. I miss him. He texted me, like he wanted me to work at his job with him because he missed me, and he said that his job is that he sells knives. Like, fucking, he telemarkets knives. I'm pretty sure that's what he wanted me to do, because we hadn't seen each other in such a long time, but when I had to say goodbye to him, there were fucking tears, there were hugs, it was rough. He was my Monty, and I even got a video of us doing the jaunty high five. He agreed to do it, even though he never watched the show.
Okay.
Love him. Well, okay, now that we're done crying,
let's stop crying.
It's time for your fic.
Oh, listen, it's 3 chapters. It's not very long, so I'm just gonna read it throughout, and we're gonna go super, super fast, lightning round style. All right?
Yee.
Okay. This one is called. It's on Wattpad. It's simply called Bellamy Blake X Reader. Bellamy is not capitalized, but Blake is, and so is the X.
Because that makes fucking sense.
And the caption is, "Be one with the 100, winky face."
I don't wanna.
It has 291 reads.
I saw on Twitter yesterday, somebody posted the video of Chris and Devin behind the scenes of season 1 singing the song, and I almost started sobbing so hard. I was like, I miss them so much. I understand why Devin doesn't do cons, and I respect it, but also, like, he needs to do Con-Ageddon next year so I can cry and hug him and meet him and tell him how much he needs to me.
Thank you.
Just thank you.
Okay. This first chapter is called Love at First Sight.
Gee.
Alright. You got up from bed and looked through the hole in the wall that led into Clark's cell. She was not there.
Why is there a hole in the wall? That's my question. They didn't even say window. They just said a hole in the wall.
Oh, do you remember that? Speaking of Devin, do you remember that vine?
Yes. Hey, Eliza, what's this hole for? Oh, wait.
Oh, I got it.
I got it. Eliza and Devin vines for the peak.
Oh my god, I miss Vine.
Oh, I miss Devin. We need more. His 3 seconds and I Am the Night did not fucking cut it.
Yeah, in that show, I wanted to like it so bad because I was so interested in the plot. I love a good murder mystery. I'm 100% a murderino. Shout out to MFM. But fuck!
But fuck!
Okay. So she wasn't in a room. She was not in her cell. You just thought she might have gone to the bathroom, so you waited. An hour had passed. You thought they floated her, but just as you were going to burst into tears, ... guards ran into your room. Get on the wall, your name, last name! One guard went up to you and tried to put you to the wall. You punched his face, knocking him out. The others held you down and injected a shot to your neck, and you fell asleep. You woke up, ... You heard someone say your name, and when you opened your eyes, it was Clark. Clark! You yelled.
Clark!
Clark!
Clark! We can't lose Clark! I make myself sad.
Oh. Clark, where are we? You said, half asleep. The ground, your name. We're home. Where spelled W-H-E-R-E.
That's how you spell where.
No, we are.
Oh, I thought you said where, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's how you spell where.
That's how it's spelled, but it's very clearly the sentence is supposed to be the ground,
We are.
your name, we're home.
Oh, okay.
That's the idea.
Okay, got it.
We're home.
Got it. Okay, I was like, wait.
Reason I was in the cell. We're switching POVs.
I'm an unlikable bitch.
Nobody liked me, so they just threw
me away.
Cell.
They just locked me up and threw away the key.
Dragged me along to go stop them from floating her dad. I told her I did not want to go because both of my parents were floated. I told her it would be worse if she watched. She did not care. I only went so she did not have to be by herself. All one sentence.
Of course. As you do.
Mm-hmm. She took me by the tent zipper.
What?
I think, so this fic is very clearly not written by a native English speaker. Mm-hmm. That being said, the format is hilarious.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Meow. Who's that? I said, who? Bellamy?
I mean, same. I wasn't into him in episode 1, but episode 2, when he had the little bangs and the abs, I was like, I stand. Hello.
I said, yeah, I smirked. Trust me, your name. You don't want him. He's an asshole. But he did ask if you were okay and helped carry you to my tent. She smiled.
I won't disobey you, Mr. Blake.
How long was I out for? Just for a couple of hours, Clark said. Bellamy walked into Clark's tent. You ... up. I don't know how to pronounce that. She up. He stopped and looked into your eyes. Good. She's up. She can help you put up more tents. He walked out and let out a soft sigh. He's been checking up on you every 30 minutes. Clark smiled and looked at me. Well, I guess I better go put up some tents. You got up and walked out of Clark's tent only to see Bellamy talking to Octavia. Octavia? Octavia! She looked over at you and gave you a big hug. So this is your big brother you told me about through the cell wall, acting like it was the first time you'd seen him. And you must be the best friend should I get Bellamy a voice?
Yeah, can you do a Bellamy voice, or do you want me to do it?
No.
You have to do the Henry voice, so if you don't want to do a Bellamy voice, I can do the...
No, that's fine. It's okay. Fine. I got it.
Okay. Remember, grand piano, it really helps you warm up.
And you must be the best friend she won't stop talking about. He smirked and stared into your eyes again. Okay, you two, I don't want my best friend and my brother hooking up. She looked at us.
Like Octavia would care.
You smiled and waked away.
Waked away. Tell me, how do you wake away? How do you do that?
Break away?
Break.
Nightfall. Your tent was not done yet, so you bunked with Octavia. You guys talk about boys most of the night. We wanted to play some pranks on Bellamy, since his tent is next to hers. Watch this, she whispered. I think I like that thin guy, she said, loud enough for Bellamy to hear. You better not go near him, Octavia, Bellamy yelled.
Same.
Both laughed.
Fun fact, they were originally going to have the love triangle be between Octavia, Clark, and Finn.
Not Octavia.
Could you imagine Octavia and Finn? Ew.
No, my thing was that, Clark would have been dead within the first 2 seasons.
True.
10 minutes later, Octavia fell asleep and you snuck out of the tent and went to explore, Bellamy following not far behind. You found a field of glowing moss and mushrooms and butterflies. You saw a shadow run past a bunch of trees. Who's there? You yelled. Bellamy walked out from the trees with his hands up. You got me. Did you follow me? We yelled at him. You got up to his face waiting for him to speak. Sorry, your name. Sorry for what? This. Grabbed
Is
your
he gonna...
face and he kissed
Yeah, no, he gonna... Okay. I knew exactly where that was going as soon as you said, for this.
So, it sounds like, whatever happened in the first episode didn't actually happen. Like, Jasper didn't get speared and all that shit.
Yeah, mine kind of has that, but then it just has a bunch of fuckery in between, and it's really dumb.
Okay, you kissed him back. Or this is chapter 2, it's called The Secret.
Okay.
You kissed him back. We need to get back to camp before the sun comes up. We headed back to camp. We were almost there. Fucking Dr. Seuss up in here. And the sun's still down.
Could you imagine that, the 100, but it's in Dr. Seuss verse? Beat!
But it's like a very creepy scene. Like, the whole camp is burning down, and he's like a demon in Jaha's ear, and he's like, these things are fun. And, like, the whole city is burning down. He gives no fucks.
What?
Do you remember that? You don't remember that?
Wait, what?
You remember when the Arcadia burned down?
Uh-huh.
Jaha is outside, and he's like, oh no.
Right.
And Jasper's like, get back, bitch.
Get back, motherfucker. Yeah. No, I do.
But he quotes Dr. Seuss, and the way Devin did it was...
Right! I totally forgot about that. I know the scene you're talking about.
All I remember is that these things are nice, these things are fun, and then he walks away, but, like, it's very, like, everything's burning down, so it's like...
When was that again? What season was that? Was it 3 or 4? It was 4? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to find it and listen, because I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the scene. Like, I remember the fire, but I don't remember that. But of course, Jasper...
And it didn't actually need to happen.
Uh-huh. But it just did.
Jasper reminding Jaha that he's a dick.
Which always needs to happen. Could you imagine if Jasper went with Murphy and Jaha in the City of Light instead of being in Mount Weather? Oh my god, we could have had a Jasper and Murphy friendship. That sass would be off the charts.
Okay. So,
Dr. Seuss.
We were almost there, and the sun was still down. Before we go into camp, I can't tell anyone, you can't tell anyone, not even Clark or Octavia, he said with a very serious look. Okay.
Fucking alright, bruh.
Do you know what that is?
What is that?
It's, Ness from Super Smash. I walked into camp and went into the tent. Octavia is still asleep. I let out a big sigh. Night, Belle, I whispered. Night, your name, he said back. Sunrise! Me and Belle didn't get much sleep, but we just sat next to the fire. I went to Clark's tent and woke her up. So, how was last night with you and Bellamy? A big grin came onto her face.
And why are you fucking my man?
I feel like if you're friends with Clark in season 1 and you start fucking Bellamy, she's gonna be like, you're an idiot!
True! It was sexual!
Why are you dating him? He's such an asshole!
It was sexual tension before she realized she left him. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, tension in the scene where he's like, why are you asking me? And she's like, well, right now I don't feel like being around anyone I actually like. The tension there?
Like a line that would cut straight to a fucking scene.
It should have cut to a fucking scene, yes. That, and the scene where she looks at his, like, exposed hip when he shows her the gun.
Oh my god.
And also, Day Trip, when he, like, gets shook by being that close to her and teaching her how to shoot. We've had a lot of times they should have fucked and we didn't. We're not gonna get into why I'm upset. We'll be here a while.
What are you talking about, Clark? Acting like you did not know what she was talking about. I'm not dumb, your name. You left your tent and he followed you. Bellamy and you came back together. Something must have happened. I wanted to tell her, but Bellamy... Okay, I followed you too, Clark said, laughing. You two were so cute. Bellamy came running in. Is everything okay? He said out of breath. Don't know why he's out of breath.
No, he's in shape.
I am man.
I'm a man.
Sorry, guys, I just came back from my
things.
jogging routine.
I run this camp. Fuck you.
I run this camp. Look at my muscles.
Muscles. I got a lot of muscles. You like my muscles, Clark? Yeah.
Clark looked at me, then Bellamy, then back at me. Your name didn't you... Oh, this is... Fuck.
What?
Your name... Did you seriously tell Clark? He looked mad. Very mad. And it was kind of hot.
Same. Mad Bellamy Blake.
Bellamy. She did not tell me. I followed you guys, and it was so cute. He didn't look mad at me anymore. He looked mad at Clark. The next day. Clark is good at keeping secrets. I told Belle why we were out hunting with Monty and Jasper. Out. What is the... Oh, this is Jasper. Should I do a voice for Jasper?
If you have a Jasper voice, do a Jasper voice. If you don't. Then just read it. Just read it, like, slightly lower than your regular voice. Like I did for, Klaus.
Oh, yeah. What's a big secret you two have keeping? You two have Clark keeping, Jasper said while catching up to us. Nothing, Jasper!
That scared the fuck out of me! Sis went off.
Oh, no, wait, that's Bellamy's line.
Oh.
Fuck, okay.
Nothing, Jasper.
Nothing, Jasper! Yo. Okay, dude, chill.
I just imagine Jasper just like... Don't hurt me, please.
Okay, dude, chill, Jasper said as he went back and walked with Monty. Bellamy, a horn went off. Look! Jasper shouted. A big cloud of acid was coming for us. Follow me! Bellamy yelled. We ran into a cave. Hey, go! Bellamy said. Monty, here. Jasper, here. Jasper, here. Here.
Who else is there?
We're all here.
Was that last one her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
Here. I'm fucking here.
Here. I'm fucking here.
I'm fucking here. I'm gonna fuck you here. Let Jasper and Monty watch.
Yeah. Stop. Get some help.
Get some help. I mean, I saw a thing on Tumblr and it said Jasper was into voyeurism, so he might be into it. Monty, not so much.
Give a fuck. I like this.
Anyway.
Bellamy looked at me. Bellamy took his jacket off and put it over me. Here. That's it! There is something going on with you two, isn't there? Jasper raised his eyebrows. Yes, there is. So what? Bellamy said.
Inquisitive puppy.
Damn. You go your sister best friend. ... How? ... Question mark. Question mark. Question mark.
Question mark.
Don't know whose line that is.
Okay, probably Jasper's.
You tell anyone, I will kill you myself. Monty
Jesus,
and Jasper shake their head yes. Fuck this. Belle puts his arm over your shoulder and pulls you towards his warm body, and you fell asleep in his arms. You wake up in Bellamy's bed. You get up and unzip the tent. You see Bellamy laughing with friends at the fire. You smile and go over to Clark. How long was I out for, and why was I in Bellamy's bed? You were out for like 5 hours. Bellamy said that his bed was the warmest, so he put you in it, and he was in the tent most of the time you were asleep, but not till about an hour ago. He went with his friend.
And she just knows this.
I think that's Clark telling her basically what happened.
Yeah, I know, but she just knows the exact amount of time right when Bellamy came out. Like, how long she was... They didn't have fucking clocks down there.
Like, he stopped watching you like an hour ago or something.
I understand what they were trying to say. I'm just saying, how does Clark know exactly the entire time? Like, her watch was busted. They had no way to specifically tell time down there.
She's like, I have this, what do you call it? It's like a stick in the ground and like shadows make the time. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
Bellamy came up to you and Clark. Hey, your name, you're awake. I need to shoot something. He smirked, and you followed him to his tent and went inside. Meet me in the butterfly field at sundown. Bring Clark and Octavia. Sundown! You went and got Clark and Octavia and went out the gate. The three of you in a badass triangle walking to the butterfly field. ... To be continued.
Is that it?
Last chapter.
Oh, okay.
Fuck commercial.
Fuck commercial. Oh, the stupid Wattpad commercial. I was like, what does she mean, fuck commercial? Does it just say that?
God. Okay.
Fucking stupid
Last chapter.
Wattpad commercials.
Protection. We were almost there when we heard chanting, whatever the hell we want!
Whatever the hell we want! Whatever the hell we want!
This is not Bellamy's line when he
I know, but it's supposed to be!
I know.
So...
It's actually... Oh, I should give a proper voice. Hold on.
Oh, whose is it?
Oh, whatever the hell!
Oh, it's Murphy! Am I wrong? Was that supposed to be Murphy?
You got it!
Okay, cool!
10 out of 10. Bellamy came running from the field. What is that? We all ran back to camp, but Bellamy got there first. What that? Bellamy was mad. Really mad. What we want to have a bit of fun while the king and the princess were gone. Works.
Your Murphy voice is like 2 octaves higher than my 5 voice. It's the same.
It's not Murphy at all.
They carry the exact same energy. Speaking of Murphy,
some artistic licenses.
It's okay, you do it. Speaking of Murphy, so 2 fun facts. 1, during season 1, just because he was such a dick and I didn't care about him, I just called him Randall because before Richard grew into his face, he looked like Randall from Monsters, Inc. I called him a salamander. It's fine. Second, listen, Richard, through the years, Richard got more, like kind of better in his face. Does that make sense? Like, he grew into his face a little bit, because in season one, his eyes looked way more far apart, like a lizard's.
I think it was the makeup.
Maybe. I don't know. And other facts, I mean, it's not...
As a character, wouldn't fuck him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I would once, but I wouldn't do it again. Just to see.
Like a one night.
Yeah. Just to see what he into. I mean, is he like, everybody paints him as Dom, but with Amori, he went on the bottom and she was choking, so I'm just saying. Right. Is John Murphy secretly a sub? Sound off in the comments. But the other fun fact, not as fun as the first one, that scene in season 4, it has to do with the Amori scene you mentioned earlier. When he's begging Clark not to do that breaks my heart. He's like, no, please, I'm begging you, please don't do this. I love her. I'm like,
Richard is a great actor.
He's so good.
He did amazing.
Also, Jason.
I liked it when Murphy was a villain. I find him very fun.
He was interesting. I think that's also why I love Amori, because she's just not Murphy's girlfriend. She gave Murphy actual development. Character. She's her own character, and she also gave Murphy development, and very rarely in the show does the love interest actually give their other love interest positive development.
Exactly.
But yeah, okay. So that scene broke my heart in half. Let's finish this fucking thing. Yee.
Okay, Murphy smirked. Just because we are not there doesn't mean you run the camp, Bellamy yelled. Yeah, well, I think it does, Murphy said, still smirking. Bellamy punched Murphy's little smirk off his face. Then Murphy punched him back. Stop! I yelled as me, Octavia, and Clark finally get back to camp. Well, here comes your little girlfriend, Murphy said as he grabbed me and held a knife to my neck. Okay, Murphy, just calm down. Don't hurt her.
And then she dies.
Stepping toward Murphy. Don't come any closer. I will kill her. Murphy yelled.
I love the voice so much.
Stepping away from Bellamy, but closer to Clark and Octavia. Clark kicks the back of his legs, making him fall, and Octavia grabbed them.
Octopus? Octagon.
You run into Bellamy's arms, and he holds you tight with everyone's eyes on you and Bellamy.
October.
It's not over, Bellamy. He smiled and got up and walked to his tent. Just like a shitty kids movie villain where he's like, "This isn't over." And then
this isn't over,
away.
Bellamy. That's my Murphy. It's not that great, but
listen. Whenever I hear Murphy speak, I just hear nasal. So that's
fair. Richard is up there.
Yeah, I mean it's not nearly. I'm not making fun of him.
No, I get what you're doing. It's just like you're trying to.
I'm making fun of him. That's it.
Yeah. Richard stands come at her.
Richard stands don't. I have written so much Murphy fan fiction.
It's true, you have, and it's all great.
Oh, thank you. I try my best.
I love it.
Even
yeah.
If I get a request, I don't want to.
She does her best for not wanting to fuck Murphy Bellamy. She's turned out some quality pieces. How hard was it for you to write that Murphy 3-way?
Oh, not bad. That was actually kind of fun to write, actually. I mean, I didn't let's just fuck it. So are you two a thing? The guy from the crowd said.
That was Adam.
That was Adam. Yo! Wait, you guys a thing? Bellamy looked at you, and you looked at him. You shook your head. Yes, Bellamy said, and took your hand and went to the tent. Before you went in, everybody take a break and get some rest, Bellamy shouted. You got dressed. Wow, you heard a voice come from behind you. You turned around. Oh, by the way, there's mentions of sex.
Oh, gee, I wonder. It's not like I could tell. It's not like I was doing this. All right, when you said everybody can leave.
You turn around to see Bellamy. You're standing there in your underwear and a tank top with no bra. He walked up to you and kissed your head. Let's get some sleep.
At first, I thought he was gonna say, let's go sex.
Let's go sex.
Let's go sex. Crystal, I would love
go.
to have the sex with you.
Bellamy said you got in the bed next to Bellamy, and you cuddled.
Oh, cute.
Sunrise. You wake up to hear, fight, 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 fight.
Fucking
Bellamy
fight.
was not with you. You put a bra on and shorts and storm out of the tent to see Murphy and Bellamy about to fight. You storm towards Murphy and punch him. He fell to the ground, and he had a bloody nose. Everyone went, ooh.
I'm bleeding.
Everyone.
That was Murphy.
Are you okay?
No, that was what Murphy did.
Look at me.
I was referencing Star Kid, but you won't get it. I'm just gonna keep annoyingly referencing Star Kid until I crack and make her watch one of their shows.
I've watched whatever.
Firebringer?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not like top tier. That's like good, but then it's not like the top tier. It's great, but it's not like the best quality. You get.
You wanted to fight Bellamy? You got one. He went to punch you and moved out of the way. You grabbed his hand, pulling it behind him, kicking his back into the crowd. Stop! Clark yelled. Your name, you and I both know that you will kill him and walk out without a scratch. Please walk away. Randomly, we're a badass.
Murphy's not that fucking weak.
He's not. He's really not.
I will take Jaha's.
To be like some. Like, I worked out in my time in prison, and now I'm fucking with him. Like, see that being a character.
She has a teardrop tattoo. I don't know how the fuck she got it in the skybox, but she just has it.
Just a 14-year-old who's, like, inked and buff as fuck.
That's great. But yeah, Murphy isn't a weak bitch. Need I remind you, I will take Jaha's staff and beat you to death with it.
You did. You ran straight out of the camp. Bellamy ran after you. By the time you stopped, it was night, and you were in the butterfly field. Bellamy found you next to a tree crying. He sat next to you. It's okay, your name? He pulled his arm over you. No, it's not, Bellamy. I haven't gotten a fight like that since my parents got floated. I killed 2 guards at the age of 14. I like how she was like, I killed 2 people. Like, we assumed that's how you got arrested. But she, in the first chapter, she's like, I got arrested because I was with Clark. And now, bam, she's a murderer.
It takes a big dick to kill 2 people.
Age of 14. That's when Clark told me to stop. I would have killed him. I was in a cell for 2 years and they gave me a second chance and I blew it. Now I'm here. My last chance.
Aww.
Sighs. Well, third time's the charm.
Ew. I mean, he would. Bellamy would say that. I'll give them that.
Oh, God, that's a great line.
All I'm thinking of is, okay, there's gonna be season 6 spoilers in this because, like, it got leaked, but Clark and Bellamy have a conversation about the radio calls, and so she's like, even though you didn't answer, like, it kept me sane, I know it must be crazy, and he's like, it's not crazy. A little pathetic, but... And she just laughs and she smiles at him, and they have a bond.
Bellamy does have some of the greatest lines.
Season 6 isn't their season, but it's the season of rebuilding. That's what it'll be. Like, I'm not expecting anything. All I need right now, I know Echo's not gonna die, but just break up Echo. That's all I need. That's all I need. Get the eye cancer away from me. Please and thank you.
Well, third time's the charm. If you didn't go back to jail, you wouldn't have never met me. He smirked. We went back to camp. Claudia ran up to me and gave me a hug. I hugged them back and went to the drop ship and go check up by Clark.
Okay.
Fuck.
Is this almost over?
Yeah, this is the last
I want to cry.
She's fine. Lucky you. Went to Bellamy's tent and got into bed. Bellamy came in 5 minutes later and got into bed. Your name, he said. Yeah? How did you want to fight like that?
You.
Father, you said, falling asleep. And that's the end. That's it.
Oh, thank God. You said mentions of sex. There was no mentions of sex anywhere.
Yeah, it implies that they had sex.
Oh.
And she's like putting on clothes and he's like, wow.
Oh, I must have zoned out for that because I didn't even hear that line. I heard the rest of it. I heard completely of the rest of it, but I didn't hear that one line. I must have just been like, whew. Okay, so this one, my real one is called, I don't know, CW The 100 Jasper Jordan Love Story, and it has 17.5k reads. And it's 297th in the Jordan tag. I'm not going to look at all the rankings. I'm just looking at the one it's showing me. Oh, wait, I have to read the description. Shit. So, Jackie, and they spelled Jackie stupid. They spelled it like Jacque.
I mean, I have a coworker with that name.
I know, but it's I don't like that spelling. It bugs me. And it's in a bad fan fiction, so that means it bugs me even more. So, Jackie...
Like, what was it? Katarina?
Oh, yeah, because I can read. But... Yeah.
What did you...
Did you hear me when we were going off the Octavia things, and then you just kept going? I said October. I'm dumb. You guys know that. Okay. Jackie Kane, daughter of head councilman Marcus Kane, was sent with the other 99 teenage delinquents to Earth after 100 years. So, okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so they had a thing, and it said epilogue, right? Which I think they meant epigraph or prologue, because epilogue is at the end. It wasn't showing up on my tablet, but it's showing up on my phone. So.
Interesante.
That's weird. Okay, anyway, so, yeah, name, Jacqueline Kane. Age, 17. Height, 5'2". Gender, female. Nicknames, Jack or Jackie. Occupation, jack of all trades. Puns.
God.
Look at the fucking face.
Oh, so proud.
They are so proud of themselves. Family, Marcus Kane. Father. Mother, deceased. So, this will be my first time reading the epilogue, because I was just going to read the first chapter and skip this.
Alright.
It's not very long, though, so neither is the first chapter. Jackie's POV. It was the middle of the night. I was sitting in my cell, staring at the ceiling. I heard some footsteps becoming louder until it stopped right in front of my door. Once it opened, I was blinded by the light. I squint up and see
Blinded by the light. Make nothing like a juice around on the night. Sorry.
You know, for someone who hates musicals, you burst out into song on this show a lot.
Listen, at least I burst out into good songs.
Most of the time, you sing right along with me. You can't say shit.
Shit.
Shit. I squint up to see my father and the Chancellor, Jaha. Greetings, father, I spat. Jacqueline, still mad as usual. I don't have a Kane voice. He sighed. Yeah, I don't have a Kane voice.
That's fine. Neither does Kane.
True. Well, I mean, technically he does because he's British, but, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You get it. You need to come with us for a minute, Jackie, Jaha said. I groaned and stood up. I walked out with them, shoving my father during the process. We reached my dad's office. Please.
Oh my god, disrespect.
Disrespecting your father. Please.
Oh my god.
Bitch. Take a seat, my dad said, gesturing to the seats in front of his desk. Jaha stood next to the entrance. I sat down, being cautious. Why would he lock me up after 2 years in this hellhole and just talk to me out of the blue? I missed you. Oh, hell no. Cut the crap, Marcus. What the fuck do you want from me? My dad would beat me if I talked like to him like that.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Like...
Is this why teenagers treat their parents like shit? I never understood that.
No, I didn't either. Like, how do they get away with that? How do they not get beaten?
Fucking white people.
You say as we're white people who would get beaten.
Listen, I'm half Jewish.
I heard Jaha chuckle from behind me. Wow, aren't you a little ball of fire? Ew. Sounds weirdly, like, flirty. I don't like that.
Oh, why? That's so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Couldn't have, like, said, like, fiery or something. Like, no, like, little ball of fire.
I'm uncomfortable.
I need an adult. Oh, shit, I am an adult.
No, fuck.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
They didn't prepare us for this. I know you still might be mad at me, but I just want to tell you something. I calmed a bit. Well, what is it? I asked, crossing my arms and puffing my bangs away. Well, since you've been, locked in there for a while, you must not know the problem we're having. Not we're. W-E-R-E, no apostrophe. We're having, my dad begins. What, you mean the 100? I've heard the guards gossip about it. Something about needing 100 people to do something or whatever. Yes, our problem is that we're losing our air supply is rapidly decreasing. And, well, we are sending 100 delinquents down to Earth a generation early. Are you serious? Cool! I'll be going down to Earth? No, he said plainly. Wait, what? What do you mean? I said no. You'll be the only delinquent not going, because even if you're a criminal, you're still my daughter. Yeah, a daughter you left in a cell for 2 years, I yelled. This is it. End of discussion. You're able to go back to your old room. Why would he tell her if she's not going?
I don't know.
Like I said,
create drama.
This is the first time this loaded for me. It loaded on my phone. It wouldn't load on my tablet, so I don't fucking know. I was speechless, so I just did what I thought I had to do. I stood up and flipped him off and stomped to my old room. I was so mad I didn't realize I bumped into somebody. Sorry. Wait, I looked up and saw an old friend of mine, ... And then this is where it was supposed to start, but recap. I looked up and saw an old friend of mine. Bellamy? I gasped. Once he regained balance, he looked up and practically had the same reaction. Oh my god, Jack, is that you? I nodded quickly.
Great.
I tackled him to the ground. Jesus, Belle, I missed you so much. How old are you now? 22? Jesus, you're old.
What? Pounces on you.
What?
You don't know that meme?
I didn't hear what you said.
Pounces on you, ooh woo.
Oh! Me at Devin at Con again.
Ew, stop.
Not like that, though. Just, like, in a hug.
Just like,
They'd have to, like, remove me from his leg.
Let go, baby hippo.
Let go! That would hurt
Sorry.
so much.
Oh, no, I'm not going.
No, I know you're not calling me fat. I know you were just saying it because of Roderick. I'm just saying, if Devin said that to me, I'd laugh and then I'd feel hurt.
Like, good one.
I'd be like, hey,
But he
thanks.
probably wouldn't make that joke.
No, he wouldn't. If he actually fucking did, I'd be like, wow, boy.
Oh, you okay? You feel alright, man?
You in the right state of mind? Hey, I'm not that old, meanie, he yelled. Bellamy would never say meanie.
You, woo.
Ew. Giving me a bone-crushing hug. What are you doing here? Geez, this guy, he was practically my older brother figure. He always supported me and Octavia when we were little. Flashback. 5-year-old Jackie. I under a chair in amusement area crying until I saw a boy standing in front of me trying to hand me a napkin. Hey, are you okay? He asked. No. There's a boy who always makes fun of me since I'm daddy's daughter. How much you want to bet it's fucking Murphy?
Murphy?
I don't know. I said, how much do you want to bet it's Murphy?
I know.
Like, he says
agreeing.
it. Oh, okay. I thought you said, is it Murphy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's Murphy. He makes fun of her later about it, but I don't think it was supposed to be that he did. Anyway, whatever. I said, between sobs, who's your dad? He asked, already wiping my tears away. Let me just say, okay, so from the areas on the arc, you could kind of tell who the privileged was and who the privileged wasn't. So why was Bellamy up in the privileged parts? With his poor ass.
There's like a class system that they never go over, which I wish they did. There's like a lot of systems.
Like, Clark was obviously, because of Jake, she was in the privileged area. Bellamy, we know that him and Aurora were, like, broke as shit in, like, a one-room house. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Marcus Kane, the leader of the ship. He said that since I'm daddy's girl, I'm weak. I said. Well, you're not weak, okay? Look, stop crying. My mom always said it's just a bad day, not a bad life. So things will get better. Gee, thanks. My name is Jackie. I'm 5. Cool. I'm Bellamy. I'm 9 years old, he said, smiling. And that's how it all started. End flashback. What are you doing here? I asked, smiling. His smile soon faded into a serious face. He pulled me into the closest room, which was the janitor's closet. We were practically inches away from each other. Promise not to tell anybody? He asked in a low
This is like setting up a ex-Bellamy.
I know! Oh, wait. She goes all over the place, even though this is a Jasper fic. A girl goes everywhere. He asked in a low yet sort of seductive voice. I was so glad it was dark so he couldn't see me blushing. I gulped. Of course. What is it? I'm gonna sneak in the dropship with the 100 prisoners. This guy will sneak me in exchange. For exchange, I have to shoot Jaha. What? What the hell, Belle? I'm so mad Octavia never said that just because it rhymes. And it sounded funny.
Belle?
What the hell, Belle? He covered my mouth with his hand. Shh. God damn it. But yeah, it's the only way I know if Octavia and you are safe. So promise not to tell anybody. I did a simple nod. He removed his hand, but I grabbed it again and have him a stern look. I'll keep it a secret on one condition. I get to come with you. Aren't you already a prisoner, though? Yeah, but my asshole, 2 words, of a dad refused, so deal? He squeezed my hand and shook it. Deal. Just get ready and meet me at the dropship before it leaves, okay? I shrieked and hugged him. Okay! He chuckled and hugged me back. We let go and got out of the janitor's closet. I'll see you there, Belle, I said, waving goodbye. Jackie, wait. That went into almost Dean territory. I turned around and felt a pair of warm lips kiss my cheek near my lips. I blushed hard. Once the lips left, I saw Bellamy smirking and walked away. I stood there touching the spot where he kissed me and looking like a blushing mess. I walked to my old bedroom. Ooh. Examining my old surroundings, I slowly walked to the nightstand that had a picture frame. I picked it up and saw the picture of my mom, dad, and me when I was 11, smiling like a happy family. I sighed. Mom, I sure do miss you. Flashback. 14-year-old Jackie. Me and my mom were over at the Griffin's room. Not the Griffin's house, the Griffin's room. Me and an old childhood friend, Clark, spelled Clark wrong, were just talking until my dad called me and Mom. I looked at her and saw tears brimming in her eyes. Father wouldn't tell me where we were going, so stopped in front of the pod to get floated. I watched in horror as my mom walked inside the pod. Mom, no, what are you doing? Get out of there. You're not getting floated. Dad wouldn't do that to you. I was trying to run to her, but got restricted by jaw. I can feel that. I hate this energy, and I agree. I got restricted by Jaha and some guards. My mom then just breaks and runs to me, hugging me. Jacqueline, always remember I love you, okay? No matter how hard life gets, just stand up, she said through sobs. She lets go of me and takes her bracelet and puts it on my left wrist. I cry even more and hug her. I love you, Mommy. Please don't leave. Girl, you're 14. I'm just saying. The guards...
I mean, if you're 14...
Mommy.
I mean, if your mom's, like,
I
assume that the immediate instinct is to, like, become a kid again.
I guess. I don't know. I hate this bitch, so I'm gonna criticize everything she does. The guards pull her into the pod, and I watch as Jaha was about to push the button until my dad stopped him. A glint of hope was in my eyes as I thought he would let Mom go. But I was wrong. He pushed the button. I watched my mom fly out into the dark abyss we call space. No! And that was when I realized my mom had died because of the hands of my father. End flashback. You just realized that. Like, you didn't process it when it Anyway. Like I said, insulting this bitch because she's dumb.
She's saying that it was at that moment that
she realized. Knew. She fucked up. End flashback. I snapped back into reality.
Her death because her dad killed her mom. Yeah. It's like the same thing with Clark.
Yeah. But I mean, at least
it's still fucking stupid.
It's still fucking stupid. But I mean, at least with Clark, it made sense and just fuck you, Abby. I snapped back into reality. Jake Griffin, if he was alive, would never do half the shit Abby's done. Can we go back and trade Jake for Abby? Please. Or trade Abby for Jake? I snapped back into reality and wiped the tears of my eyes. Okay, Jack, not time to cry. I have to get ready in about 2 hours. I go take a 30-minute shower. Once I get out, I put on a black sports bra. Well, that's sort of the bras I have to wear since I have big jacks.
I mean, same.
And black boy shorts. I put on a simple black tank top and dark, ripped, skinny jeggings. To top it off, I put on a dark blue jacket and black combat boots. So she essentially kind of matches Jasper with, like, the blue jacket and the black pants and everything.
Ooh.
Ooh, got a match. Love that. Up to the cover up.
We love the style icon.
We do. And black combat boots that up to cover half of my calves. And on a dark blue beanie. After I checked in the mirror and approved my look, I go to the cafeteria and eat a bit. A while after that, I check the time. I begin sneaking into the back of the dropship. I look around for Bellamy until I felt 2 strong arms pull me. I was about to elbow until the person spoke. Shh, Jack, calm down, it's me, Bellamy whispered. I sighed relief. Jesus, Belle, you creep. Anyway, how are we gonna get in? Just leave it to me, he said, and grabbed my hand and led us to the line where the delinquents were going in. He gave a nod to the guy in front and slipped us in. Wow, well, that was easy. So, did you really do it? I asked, looking around since there were no extra seats. I wondered where we were going to have to sit to be safe. Yeah, how the hell did Bellamy not die? That's a good question, because He snuck onto the dropship. How did he not burn to death?
He sat in the corner and he was like, this is fine.
This is fine. I'm child.
I'm a child. Yes, I am child.
I'm child. I'm 17-year-old child. Hello.
Listen, there are a lot of plot holes of season 1.
Yeah, I know. I just realized because so much of the dropship caught on fire, so how would Bellamy not also catch on fire? I mean, I'm glad he didn't.
Do not know.
Of course I did. Anyway, I want you to go up to the second floor of the dropship. There should be an extra seat on the far right. I'll see you at Earth, Bellamy said, giving me a hug. I hugged back, took in a deep breath in. Belle smelled like cologne. Ha, dork. Bellamy would not be able to afford cologne.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. I'll be honest, I didn't read this full chapter. I read the other full ones, but I didn't. I read 2 through 5, but I didn't read this one all the way through. I let go and walk up to the ladder and watched Bellamy's smirk disappear in the other crowds. I reached the second floor and looked for my seat. Once I saw it, I quickly walked to it. I took a deep sigh and smiled, looking around. I was interrupted by my thoughts when I saw these 2 guys approaching me and sitting next to me. Wonder who it could be. Any guesses? I tried to avoid eye contact until the ship made a sudden jerk, which made me fall down. I was waiting for the impact, but didn't fit. I looked into to find a pair of mesmerizing brown eyes. It's a plot twist, it's Monty. We sort of just stared at each other for a min or two until his friend coughed to get our attention. You guys okay over there? His fiend asked. Sorry, I said, backing away. Oh, hey, it's okay. Are you fine? Brownie asked.
Brownie? Ew.
Brown eyes, I guess. It's almost...
That just sounds racist no matter what race they are.
Well, just talk about his hair.
You don't
or
call
his eyes.
brown.
No, you don't.
Sorry.
You don't. You're right, you don't. The only thing you can call a brownie is like a horse. You can name a horse brownie. Or a dog. You can name a dog brownie. You can name a pet brownie. You cannot call a person brownie.
No, it's just uncomfortable and slightly racist.
Even if it's not intended to be.
Even if they're not African.
Even if they're not brown.
Even if they don't have a brown skin tone. It's still weird, bitch. Don't do it.
Don't do it, bitch. Oh, don't do it. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, thanks. My name is Jackie. I smiled, stretching out my hand. He took it, and I had a sudden shock. Hi, my name is Jasper, he said, giving a shy smile. I can picture it. It makes me sad.
Hey, don't. Let's not.
I know.
Let's not let this make us sad.
It's not even that. It's just Jasper smiling is such a rare occasion after season 2. Anytime I think about it, it makes me sad.
Oh.
Yeah. Ahem. What about me? His friend behind him said. Oh, yeah, this is my friend Monty. Say hi, Monty. Jasper said. Hi, Jack. It's nice to meet you, Monty said. Nice to meet you, Monty, I said. Once everybody boarded and buckled up, it was time to go. And I just wanted to add some Bellamy, because Bob Morley is hot. Winky face emoji. Right. Okay, next part, we summarizing this bitch now. I'll let go.
Can I...
What?
Side note, when they're loading onto the ship, there's that scene where Jasper's like, where's Monty? Mm-hmm. Has anyone seen Monty?
Well, yeah,
where's Monty? Like, he's genuinely
he is freaked out about his best friend, but they were sitting next to each other on the dropship, so clearly this is after that.
But as they're loaded, like,
yeah,
I don't know, I was under the assumption that they're not together in line, and then they see each other, and then they sit.
It's like when you lose your friend on a field trip, but then you find him, and you're like, bus buddies!
Yeah.
Jasper and Monty would be bus buddies. They'd be the bestest bus buddies.
I liked that scene where he was like, where's Monty?
It was so cute!
And like, no one's talking to him.
I mean, same! Alright, chapter 2. So they're on the dropship, and they talk a bit, and because she has no personality, they just read, they just have her answer the questions the exact same way he does. So then, she's like, wow, we have a lot in common, Goggles, I said, giggling and stealing his goggles. We sure do, Beanie, he said, stealing my beanie. Hey, give that back, dork. Let me just say, we were robbed of Jasper in a beanie.
This is uncomfortable.
That would be iconic. Imagine Jasper Jordan in a beanie.
There's a couple of pictures of Devin in a beanie.
I know.
He calls it a
toque. It's a toque. Not a beanie.
Not a beanie. It's a fucking hat. Shut the fuck up.
Fucking hat.
Shut the fuck up.
It's a knit hat,
it's
you
a
cute
sack
fuck.
For your head.
A sack for your head. Just stop it and wear it and look cute. Hey, give that back, dork, I say while trying to grasp my beanie. Haha, shorty, I'll give it... What?
Dork.
Oh, yeah. I'll give it back. Haha, shorty, I'll give it back to you after you give me my goggles back, he said, sticking out his tongue. Are they fucking 4 years old?
They're in middle school, it's fine.
This is a Roderick fic.
Middle school flirtation.
Ew. This is a Roderick fic. Plot twist.
Plot twist. Roderick in the 100?
Roderick in the 100? What is he doing here? He would die on sight. Deadass.
You know that kid that gets like...
the axe to the face?
God, like a knife. An axe to the face.
That'd be him.
It wasn't like an axe. It was like a...
It was like a star thing.
It's like...
I don't know what it's
like
called.
Saws?
Yeah.
It was like that.
I don't know. But yeah. Although, that would be even more traumatizing for Jasper because Jasper was like right next to that kid and he'd be like, we have the same face!
We have the same
I just imagine him just being like, and then going, like feeling his face, and then running away because he's cute.
Okay, continue. Let's get this shit over with.
Yes. He said, sticking out his tongue at me, I'm not that sure. And then, so Finn comes in, and then, they land, and then the air could be toxic. If the air's toxic, we're all dead anyway. And then, because she knows Octavia too, they hug. And then Jasper's a little shit and, hugs her from behind. And she thinks it's Bellamy, so she hugs him back. And he's like, wow, you're a hugger. And then Monty teases them. And then it's a POV switch. And it switches to Jasper.
God, I hate that.
Oh, no, this one does it so many times. Just wait, it gets worse. This chapter only does it once. There's a chapter that does it, 3 or 4 times. And it's only to have 2 or 3 sentences in each one. I think it's the next one, actually. I don't remember. Anyway, Jasper POV. Once we landed, I watched Jackie unbuckle her belt and become the first person to leave. I look at Monty and nods in agreement. We both unbuckle our seatbelts and followed Jackie. Once I get down the ladder, I look around for Jackie. Once I spot her, I stopped. She was hugging another guy. I don't know why, but I felt a little bit jealous. Monty asked me if I saw her. I just pointed at her hugging the guy. Ooh, are you jealous? Monty asked. I don't got a Monty voice. Asked teasingly. What? Me? Jealous? We're not even dating. Not to mention, I'm still hoping the girl I saw at the masquerade party is here too. I said, sure, whatever you say, Monty said, smirking. I looked up to find a guy walking to Jackie and the guy and just hugged him. I heard her say that the guy was her brother. Nut? I know they meant butt, but they wrote nut. Nut. Peanut.
Gross.
I took another look at her. She's the girl from the party. Oh, great. Now I can show Monty I'm not into Jack. I watched as Jack and the girl go outside and touch the ground. I laughed as the girl yelled out a curse word. Is he fucking 7? But also let me just. Jason is on record for saying "we're back, bitches" is the worst line he's ever written, and I'm like, you know that the line, if you didn't write it, you at least approved the line, we found each other in a cage. You know that line exists, right? Right? Oh.
I mean, "we're back, bitches" felt more okay than...
It's iconic.
It made sense.
Yeah. It was just like a teenager thing, as opposed to hey, let's make the audience feel something, except they'll feel nothing, and then they'll want to puke, and then they'll get eye cancer, because we have a sex scene, but then we'll cut out the sex scene that they want to see. I'm still pissed they cut out that Memori sex scene. I'm so mad about it. They're this close, and then the fucking cannon had to go off, and I'm like, damn it! Show me the sex scene I want, not the one I don't. But I look to the right and see Jackie just staring at the trees. I don't know what came over me, but I just ended up hugging her, and she hugged back. So I called her a hugger, and even if she knew, N-E-W, it was me, she still hugged me. We were just there until Monty ruined the moment by asking if we were dating. Monty wouldn't.
I feel like that's a very,
Monty
ruined the moment, Jasper bit.
No, Monty is so out of...
Season.
Yeah, Monty is so out of character in this, though. It makes me upset. Ruined the moment by asking if we were dating. I was so glad she didn't get it through her head and just tackled Monty. I laughed and joined in with her.
What?
Chapter 3. So she reaches up, like, on her head, and so she realizes Jasper still has her beanie. So then she's looking around for him, and she finds Clark, and Clark tells her that they need to get to Mount Weather. And as soon as she's looking for him, she sees him and Monty, like, get roped into looking for Mount Weather, so she volunteers to go with them. And they're talking about why they got arrested, and she said she got arrested for disobeying her dad. And then, I know this line is just supposed to be, like, innocent, but just because of the way it's used, it's not. So she's like, well, loser, if you must know, I got in jail by disobeying my father, which is fine. But then Finn fucking pipes up and he goes, that's it? Ooh, I disobeyed Daddy. Arrest me.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Uncomfortable.
I don't want to think about Finn having sex. And I especially don't want to think about Finn calling anyone Daddy. And then so she just reminds him, she's like, need I remind you my dad is Marcus Kane, bitch. She didn't say bitch, but you know. I like to sprinkle in my own flair and add bitch into the end of sentences. Emphasis, exactly. And then so her and Jasper are flirting, and then so you know they're by the river and everything, and so it says everything was peaceful. We ended up stopping at a beautiful waterfall. I stood there in awe until I saw Octavia begin to take her clothes off. Oh, girl, I still be in awe.
I still be in awe. My pansexual ass out here.
My gay for Octavia Blake ass out here. Listen, I'm a little gay for Octavia, but we know who I'm the gayest for, who isn't in this story.
Preach, mama.
And then, so, yeah, and then, you know, the whole water bit and the monster, and he saves her, and then, so then, it's night, and she can't sleep, and her and Monty talk, and then, so, we get, like, this is the part I was talking about, so we get, like, 3 sentences in each one. She switches POVs 3 fucking times.
Ew.
Yeah, okay, so...
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. Okay, so then, this is right when she's talking to Monty, so, this is right before, so, she's like, well, are you guys dating or something? Because I think Jasper's into Octavia. And then she's like, well, Octavia's like a sister to me, so I wouldn't mind her dating Jasper, I said, shrugging. So then, yeah, so Monty's POV. I look up, staring at the stars. I feel a little weight fall on my shoulder. I go look and see Jackie sleeping. I chuckle and began carrying her back to our sleeping spot. I put her down and walked to my tree. I feel her tug on my sleeve very tightly and just ended up falling asleep next to her. Jasper POV. I wake up and and yeah, like I said, 3 sentences each, but they're still like this long, like a paragraph, but it's like 3 sentences.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up and rub my eyes. I see that Octavia is still sleeping, so I get out of her grasp. You know, that was like fucking it for him. He's like, I'm snuggling with a girl. This is my peak.
Ooh, woo.
Ooh, woo. I look around for Monty and see him holding Jackie sleeping soundly. I scowl a little and shove them. They wake up and look at each other and immediately get out of their grasps. Their faces are as red as a tomato. I roll my eyes and walk away. You're making him a little too season 3 Jasper here.
Yeah.
Just season 1 happy boy. He wouldn't do that. He would just be like, oh. Jackie POV. Everybody was situated and we began moving. We finally make it to the lake. We just needed to cross a lake.
The lake.
Finn, the lake. No, the lid. The lid. Finn was about to go first until Jasper stopped him, looking at Octavia. Of course he'd do that to impress her, I say in my head, scoffing and rolling my eyes, turning my body away from him. But I did look at him swing on the vine to the other side. That phrase just triggers me. I look up at the trees and saw something strange. I squint and see a man in some sort of clothing holding a spear, aiming to Jasper. Jasper, look out! I yelled, but it was too late. I watched in terror as I saw the spear go through Jasper's chest. Jasper's POV. I convinced Finn to make me go first. He asked why. I looked at Octavia, then Jackie. I watched as Jackie scoffs and rolls her eyes and walk away. Not knowing what her problem, I swing on the vine, falling to the other side. We were all cheering until I got hit by a sharp object and blacked out. Which, by the way, so we know that Tree Crew didn't do that, because they said that they didn't do that. Who do you think, which clan speared Jasper? I got my money on a certain area. But who do you think speared Jasper?
Spear Clan.
My money is on us, Geta.
The clan of spears.
Spear crew.
Spear crew.
Spear crew! Chapter 4. Bow. So they start going back to camp, and she's worried about Jasper, and then she gets into the middle of Wells and Murphy's fight, and Murphy punches her in the face. Like, not intentionally. Like, she stepped in front of Wells and took the punch. And then Clark tells her she can't go find Jasper because of a bruise on the side of her face from the punch and scratches that need to get treated, which is bullshit. Like, Clark could have treated them right there and then let her go. Like, with Octavia, yeah, it makes sense because of her leg. But with her, it's like, okay, you got a few scratches and a bruise. Like, just let her go. And she's like, I know that Jasper is your boyfriend. And she's like, nah, he likes O. And then she gets annoyed with Bellamy and Murphy having a dick measuring contest. And she goes to Monty, and Monty cleans her wounds, and then just out of nowhere kisses her.
Great.
Because. Just because, you know? Yeah, so she's like, you idiot, I'd say, pinning him to the floor and sitting on his torso. If you're gonna kiss a girl, you should at least do it right. I lean down and begin to kiss him, and to my surprise, he kisses me back. It soon became a heated makeout session. By the time we stop, our jackets are both off and we're out of breath. I lay down on top of him, and we just stay like that for a while. Eventually, I end up drowsing off. Same. Monty would never. You saw season 3, right? You saw how awkward he was as Harper was leading him away to go fuck. He's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So then it goes back to Monty's POV, and he says that he's a bad friend, and then he takes off Octavia's wristband, and he tells her that he kissed her, and then she's like, well, Bellamy will kill you if he ever finds out. And then it's back to her POV, and then so she wakes up, and she tells him not to talk about what happened earlier, but that she liked it, and that she kisses him again. And then it's back to Monty's POV. And then, like, after she left the dropship, he's like, but I do admit that I enjoyed it. Giving me a peck on the lips as I watch as she leaves the dropship. I smirk and chuckle. I enjoyed it too. And then it's back to her POV again. 7,000 POV switches later. So Jasper's back, and she sees Belle punch some random kid, and she's pissed at him. And so he tries to explain, but she ain't having it. And then she talks to Jasper, and she tells him, like, she's like, all that to impress Octavia. Wow, you're an idiot. And then she kisses his forehead, and then Bellamy comes in and tries to explain why he punched that random kid. And then, you know, of course, he lifts my chin up and looks me in the eye and slowly starts to lean in. We kiss for a minute, eventually separate, needing oxygen. Do you forgive me now? He asked, smirking. If you need forgiveness, I'll give that to you. You're forgiven, okay? She's not forgiven for this terrible fic, but Bellamy is forgiven. Do you forgive me now? He said, smirking. Wipe that smirk off your face or I'll slap it off, Bellamy, I said, laughing. So it's a yes? Yeah, but was it really necessary to kiss me? I wanted to kiss you, dork. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to bed. Okay, Daddy's girl. So then, chapter 5, last chapter, yay. So she's helping Clark take care of Jasper, and she's about to fight all of them hoes who want to kill him. I mean, bitch, same. And they find Charlotte screaming because of her nightmares, and they try to comfort her. And then Murphy's being a dick, and Adam comes back, and then Bellamy is piling on to being a dick, and then Murphy moves on to fucking with Adam. So then, you know what? As shitty as this story is, I agree with this part, because she gets on them about it. And so she says... Again with Jasper! God damn it, guys, he's in pain. How would you react if one of you got attacked by a grounder? Yeah, you'd be in the same condition as him. So yeah, shut the fuck up. I mean, I agree. Go off, sis. And you're terribly...
That's to be mad. But it must be said.
But it must be said. Fuck you. So then she tries to keep him calm as Clark cauterizes the wound. And then, you know, Clark and Bellamy argue, and then so she goes with them. She goes with Clark and Finn to get medicine. And, you know, the fog has to be like, lol, you thought. And then she falls, but then Lincoln finds her and gets her to a hideout. And then she has this weird dream, which I'm assuming was supposed to be Mount Weather, because she's like, I was in a white room, and there were these people in white suits, and I was screaming to be let go, and they put me on a table. Because now, you know, she's fucking Raven. I had Raven last week and Raven this week. And then, so she runs back to the camp after, like, thanking Lincoln for saving her life. And she's like, I owe you, like, my life. Like, thank you for saving my life. What's your name? Blah, 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 blah. And then when she gets back, Murphy is trying to kill Jasper. So they all sit on the hatch of the dropship and lock it to keep him out. And then it works. And then they have to wait for Clark to come back. The end. And then they had an update, like, in March. And then they were like, oh, shit. Sorry, I haven't updated for, like, months. Fuck. So, yeah, the end.
I mean, I feel that, but... wow, that was long.
Yeah. That was...
Alright.
I felt that in my soul.
This episode has been...
long and tea-filled.
But, I have one more thing.
Oh.
So, I didn't tell you because I wanted to make it a surprise.
Oh, is this the surpresa?
This is a sorpresa.
Is this the one you didn't tell me, like, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Surpresa.
So I'm gonna be on writing hiatus for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason would be, so some of you, if you follow me on social media or whatever, or if you listened to the podcast before, I have a boyfriend, and we've been dating for a while.
I just got really excited because I feel like I know what's coming.
We've been dating for it'll be five years in January. But he's no longer my boyfriend now. He's now my fiance.
She told me she had this plan for like ever, and I didn't know when it was gonna happen. And I like as soon as she went there, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna.
We've been talking about it for a while, so that's why I was like, oh, I have a surprise, but not yet.
Yeah.
I called it a project before because planning for a wedding is a project.
At first I thought you meant like, oh, I'm working on one of my stories, it's a project or something.
No.
But clearly this is a way project.
So, if I'm busy, or anything, you know why.
Oh, I'm excited.
Thank you. We're really happy.
I gotta be there for my wife to get married. My wife to get married. No, it's fine. Her boyfriend knows I'm also her wife.
Yeah, he's aware. He's aware of the whole mess.
To what degree exactly?
Oh, he knows, like, all of it.
Oh.
Essentially.
Alright.
He's offered to be a guest on the show, and I was like, yeah, and we're excited, and...
Ooh, when you come if he's with you, because I know that's what you talked about, when you come to see it, he could be on the show. He could be on the Pennywise episode!
Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, that's, in conclusion.
Yay. In conclusion.
It'll be a roller coaster.
Ooh.
It's gonna be fun.
So, next week's theme, because of something coming out this week that I'm not seeing until next weekend, and I'm probably gonna cry at, because of Avengers Endgame, next week's theme is Marvel, and it's just under the entire Marvel umbrella, so I don't exactly know who I'm gonna find a fic for yet. I'll find something.
We'll probably do a second episode anyways.
Probably. Like, we have a few other second episodes we're gonna touch on. We'll probably do a second 100 episode. Well, we're definitely doing a second It episode when the movie, when Chapter 2 comes out.
Yes.
Which, like, I'm so hyped for, not only because, like, we're actually gonna get to, like, hug each other and scream. So we made a plan. We're like, oh my god, we have to go see it together. So we're gonna cosplay Patrick and Henry in the theater.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend is just gonna be like there when we're cosplaying. Oh my god, he should cosplay Vic. Can he cosplay? Or Belch.
Okay,
he can pick.
When me and Tristan originally saw it together, which is why I want to see it with him again, but we were watching it, and you know that scene where, like, Patrick just comes out from behind and he, like, his legs just, like, throw themselves out.
Is it the one in, like, the outside the school where you can see his leg, like, peer in a frame? Yeah.
Yeah, it's that. And, like, he, like, walks up and he's all, like, menacing and
Nice
and, like,
frisbee,
I'm sitting next
flamer.
to my boyfriend, now fiance, and he leans over and he goes, look, it's me. I was like, shit, man.
Why you gotta at me like this? So yeah, that'll be fun.
Good times.
Good times.
Tune in next week for
Tune in next week for Marvel. I think I might, you know what? I think I'm gonna commit right now. I think I'm gonna try to find a Bucky fic, because I love me some Bucky. So I'm not gonna. Yeah. I mean, you have the easy target, but I don't. If you want to take it, you have the Peter Parker. If you want to take that easy route.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways,
I don't know. It'll be a surprise. I still might not even find Bucky. Okay, so yeah. Closing thoughts. My problem with 411, in brief, it should have just been Raven and Jasper. Like, as much as I love Ballark, y'all should have put the gun shit in 412 and just rushed through that. It was not needed in 411. It was not. It took up too much screen time away from Jasper. If it was just Raven and Jasper, that'd be great, because you have the parallel of one choosing to die and one choosing to live, and it would have been great. And also, my Rasper trash ass would have fucking cried. Okay. The Flash time version of my problems with 411. If you have any other closing thoughts or no.
Donate.
Yeah, donate to the Jasper Jordan campaign. Buy merch. Like, they have so much other stuff. They have, like, cups and mugs and cases and pillows and clocks and shirts and tank tops and a lot of phone cases, and I can't remember anything else that was on the thing. You get the point, guys. Yeah. Buy some.
Revamp your summer look with some
Jasper Jordan. Yee.
And we love you. And thank you. Listening.
So, as always,
tell us your thoughts and feelings in the comments.
Yeah, tell us in the comments. Like we said last week, we will be reading our favorite comment out. Probably would have had one this week if my dumbass would have got the episode up sooner, but you know what? Things happen! So...
Life happens.
Life, yeah. Assignments happen.
Okay,
so, link below will be the Jasper Jordan Project links to the actual campaign and the store, where you can just, if you just don't want to read about the backstory of it and you just want to go and look at the stuff, that's fine. First page is essentially just the text designs, and then the one I talked about that I have with the two Jaspers, that's essentially all of the second page. So, yeah, just a little note for you there.
Yeah.
And, under that, as always, follow the podcast on all the social medias. They'll be linked below, and along with our social medias. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Subscribe button.
Ew. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for sitting through this, because this will probably be the longest podcast ever, as it should be, because it's about Jasper motherfucking Jordan. And you know how much we love Jasper motherfucking Jordan in this house. So, yeah, comment below. Tell us your favorite character from the 100 and why.
Yeah.
Those will be fun to read. Gets no
favorite
comments.
Episode, favorite
I
death.
don't remember episodes, man. I remember very specific numbers for very specific reasons, but I could not tell you what happened in those.
Okay. Love you.
Love you guys.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.